What's good? Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what it is. Your boy Matthew Shack live here in Los Angeles. Welcome to Matthew Shack Unfiltered. Uh, this NFL disrespect of the running back continues and gets a little bit more vulgar in the language uh, in regards to these two, well, actually three premier running backs in the league. Well, actually four now, but these two, Saquon Barkley of the Giants and Josh Jacobs of the Raiders, as well as Tony Pollard of the Dallas Cowboys. Um, Saquon Barkley is the guy that's saying exactly how he feels about stuff, and he's saying it in a way that only a street cat like myself can appreciate. Okay, he made it clear, man. He made it clear. I like the fact that he is saying exactly what he should be saying, and he's saying it in a fashion that he's not worried about trying to be politically correct. He said, I'm just going to paraphrase, but the words that I'm saying, he said, I could just say fuck you to the Giants. He said it just like that. I could say fuck you to my teammates. I could say fuck you to everybody and just sit out. That's a play I could make. That's something I could do. Now, that means some shit. That means that when you're at that point where you're like, fuck all y'all, in the immortal words of Ice Cube, on the Kill It Will album, for those of you guys who don't understand the golden age of hip hop, that shows how far this shit has gone, man. He said just like that. He said, I could say fuck you to the Giants, quote unquote. I could say fuck you to my teammates, quote unquote, and make a point if that's what I want to do. Now, if I was on the Giants, bro, I'm Matt Jones, I'm Darren Waller, I'm any of them dudes. You think I'm offended because he said what he said? Nah, I know he's not saying fuck you to me personally. He's saying fuck you to this entire situation. Because I am, without question, one of the best players in the league, and you guys are treating me like, like I'm Colin Kaepernick up in this motherfucker, dog. It's bullshit. And he's speaking for the people who ain't gonna say that. I don't think Josh Jacobs would say what Saquon said. Okay? I don't think Josh Jacobs, even though he's thinking it, trust me, he's thinking it, but I think that Saquon is a guy who's in the New York market. Him saying something is gonna go a lot further, bro. Tony Pollard, Josh Jacobs, Dalvin Cook, Ezekiel Elliott, and anybody else that's out there still floating around, they're all chopping it up, dog. And Saquon Barkley is in a position where he could speak for everybody, dog. The NFL is right now, man, they're in a flux situation. They're in a situation where they got everybody believing whatever it is they want you guys to fucking believe, bro. Like, I've never seen a fan base so on the nuts of a league that no matter what they say, I love football more than anybody. But I'm not gonna be the guy that just goes along to get along. I'm the customer. Without me, you don't have an NFL. I am a customer to the league where I patronize the games. I'm a physical, in-person game with my entire family person. I'm not a guy that's watching it on fucking TV. I go to the games. Without me as a fan, without you as a fan, without the collective fan bases around the world, the NFL doesn't get shit done. You stop watching it, you stop patronizing it, you'll see how quickly shit changes. Okay? But I've never seen this amount of fans turning against the players, man, because you guys feel that what they're getting is enough. You guys have bought into that shit. They have brainwashed you guys to the point where you're saying, and I'm seeing people, hardworking, blue collar, white collar people who will never touch $10 million in their life. You'll never touch $10 million in your life. You'll never see $10 million in your life, and that's okay. But you got the audacity and unmitigated gall just because your ass is working for fucking minimum wage, or your ass has been at a job and you're barely making ends meet, to tell somebody who has a far more talented in their vocation, in their job skills than you, that what they're getting is enough, bro. Oh, they're already making enough money. Man, you're not talking about the owners that are making billions of dollars. Billions and billions of dollars. No one ever holds the owners to the feet to the fire. You're always holding the players' feet to the fire, and the players are the ones that are putting themselves health-wise in harm's way years down the line. CTE, debilitating injuries, bone-to-bone, injuries with their knees and cartilage being torn out, gone, can't walk no more, crippled, all that shit. You guys got the audacity to tell these dudes 10 million's enough. You're making enough money while the owners are fucking making billions doing nothing. They're not even trying to pay the people, okay? But that's how you guys are, man. So for me, Saquon Barkley, I like what he said. It ain't gonna hurt his position. It's not gonna hurt his situation. The Giants, they don't have nothing popping. Okay? They have nothing popping without Saquon Barkley. Okay? Same thing goes for Josh Jacobs and the Raiders, man. The Raiders are probably in a better position because they got 7 or 8 guys in the damn, right now they have about 7 running backs in the running back room. 7 of them. And it's going to take 7 of them for them to even get one thing done that Josh Jacobs gets done all the time. Okay? Let me say something to you all, you Raider fans out there that keep swearing on your life that if Josh Jacobs does not make it, Zamir White or whoever the fuck you think is going to come in and going to handle business. Let me tell you what those 4 running backs that are not Josh Jacobs, what their statistics were for the entire year versus Josh Jacobs. 1 guy versus 4 guys. Okay? Going back to the golden age of hip hop, when Ice Cube did No Vaseline and went against the whole NWA clique. 1 on 4. Okay? The running backs for committee, Zamir White, Amir Abdullah, Britton Brown, and Bolden, they accumulated 160 some odd yards for the entire year. And they averaged 4.1 yards per carry. 4 people didn't even get 200 yards rushing the entire 17-game season, and they had 4 games where they were getting the football. Let me say that shit again. Abdullah, Zeus, Bolden, and Brown had about 160 yards collectively. All 4 of those motherfuckers with a yard per carry average of 4.1 yards per carry and 0 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, 1,600 yards, led the league in rushing, averaged 4.9 yards a carry. Same offense, same fucking blockers, same fucking defense, same everything. Averaged 4.9 yards a carry versus 4 motherfuckers that you say, that all these Raider channels say, your baby mama, Your raggedy ass grandmama and everybody else swears on their life that these guys are going to do what Josh Jacobs did. I just fucking told you 4 people for the entire year had 160 yards divided by 4 players, and all of them only averaged 4 yards a carry, while Josh Jacobs averaged 4.9 by himself. You guys could believe that shit if you want to, bro. There's a difference between them and Josh Jacobs, bro. Okay? And it's about 0.8 yards a fucking carry. Almost an entire yard more than 4 people. All right? And no touchdowns. No other running back had a touchdown out of those 4 guys all year. Not one person. Not Zeus, not Abdullah, not Brown, and not Bolden. None of those people had a tub all year. All fucking season, they scored no points at all. Josh Jacobs had 12 touchdowns. So like I said before, man, Saquon Barkley, 1,300 yards. Think he had 16 touchdowns or some shit. Okay? He had a lot of touchdowns. Maybe 13. My point is, man, Saquon Barkley is already saying he could sit out all year, bruh. Josh Jacobs is not saying that. But I don't think either one of them are going to sit out. Okay? I think both of those guys are going to sign the deal. Now, here's a couple of things that a lot of people don't understand that I did my homework on. Okay? Franchise tag is not as ironclad as it sounds. There's a little bit of negotiation room and a little bit of wiggle room with a franchise tag that these guys have. All right? Here's what we know and here's what could happen. Number 1, Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley will both get the same amount of money, which is a 10.091 M per season, which is $10,910,000. That is the franchise tag number for Saquon and Josh Jacobs. But there's 2 things that can happen, and the Giants will probably be the one if it happened to do it first. Okay? Number 1, each of these teams can rescind the tag. The Raiders can say we rescind the franchise tag on Josh Jacobs. We're not even going to use it. And the Giants can do the same shit. Here's how. Okay? If either team decides to rescind the tag, Josh Jacobs becomes a free agent and Saquon Barkley becomes a free agent immediately. Let me say that shit again. If the Raiders or the Giants say we're rescinding the franchise tag, Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley become unrestricted free fucking agents to sign whoever they want. Now let me tell you why that probably won't happen. Because that $10.1 million goes on those teams' salary cap. That 10.1 goes on your salary cap and you have nothing, you can't use it. It's burnt up. So that's the first thing that could happen. They could say, I do not want guys, I'm rescinding the tag, let them walk off into the sunset. But that's gonna be 10.091 on your cap for this season. That's number 1. Number 2 is, and like I said, the Giants are more likely to do it than the Raiders, because the Giants really want Saquon Barkley. The Raiders don't want Josh Jacobs. They just want to make it look like they do, but they really don't. If the Giants can tell Saquon Barkley, look, the Raiders can do it too, but I don't think the Raiders would do it. We'll pay you a little bit more money. They could, 1 year deal, they can negotiate however they want to pay you for 1 year. You don't have to pay the franchise tag. You can say, you know what, Saquon? Like I said, it's probably going to be him, not Josh Jacobs. You know what, Saquon? We're going to go ahead and pay you $12 million this year. They could do that. It's a 1 year deal. They can say we'll pay you more if you sign. If you sign with us, we'll pay you we can adjust it a little bit and pay you a little bit more. That's the second thing they could do. The third thing they can do is say, Saquon. But like I said, Josh and Dave ain't doing shit with Josh Jacobs. Tell you that shit now. Saquon, if you sign this franchise tag, we will put an addendum on the end of the franchise tag saying that we will not franchise tag you next year. You'll be a free agent after this year. We will not franchise. They could do that. So the franchise tags is not as ironclad as it seems. There's wiggle room if the team wants it. Let me repeat myself again, okay? Because I'm pretty sure ain't nobody else telling you this shit. Number one, each team can rescind their franchise tag and take a $10.1 million cap hit and let them guys walk off into the sunset. Don't want to fuck with you? We'll take the cap hit, kick rocks. Raiders did it with Derek Carr. We'll take the cap hit. Bye. We'll take the $6 million cap hit. Bye. Raiders can do that, and so can the Giants. But why would they fucking do that, bro? They wouldn't, but they can. Second thing. Hey, man, we'll pay you over for a 1 year deal, we can pay you whatever we want to pay you. We can negotiate and get some wiggle room, pay you for a 1 year deal, bro. We could pay you over the number. They could do that. Not by a shit ton, but they could pay you more. They could be like, hey man, we'll work it out. Well, we could pay you more if you sign. And the last thing is, if you sign, we will put an addendum saying that we will not franchise tag you 2 years in a row. The last person who did the last one was Jadeveon Clowney. When he was with the Seattle Seahawks, he signed a franchise tag, but they said he negotiated where you only can franchise tag me 1 year. I signed it. I become a free agent. He became a free agent, and he was gone. That's what's up, dog. None of this, it's all a matter of what the team wants to do. Based on what I've been listening to, watching, and doing my homework, the Giants are really up against a wall. The Giants really want Saquon Barkley to come back, okay? And that's the key. The organization wants you, but the organization doesn't want to be the team to reset the market. The Giants doesn't want to be the team that all the other owners at the owners meetings are going to be looking at, saying to Dave Mara, who's the owner of the Giants, hey Dave, what the fuck is going on, man? Why are you paying? You're making the block hot for all of us. It's kind of like how the mafia was, bro. It's kind of like you have the Genovese family and you have the Gambinos and you have all these different factions, and then you got one family that's doing all this shit and you're fucking it up for the rest of us. The Giants would definitely pay him more because they're already sweating it. When Saquon said, I could say, fuck you to the Giants, exact words, fuck you to my teammates, exact words, and sit my ass out, okay? And sit my ass out, then I don't know, okay? Somebody saying my sound's going in and out. I don't think my sound's going in and out, bro. I haven't heard anybody else tell me that, okay? But if it is, let me know, you guys. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me or not, because I don't think I'm cutting in and out. If not, I can take off the Wi-Fi. So that's the situation, man. What's going to happen next? I think come week 1, everybody says it sounds good, man. It's on you. Running on EA8. Hey, dog, you got to get off. You got to get off that cheap Wi-Fi, bro. The way I think that it's gonna go down, I feel that come week 1, Saquon Barkley is going to start losing $560,000 a game. Josh Jacobs is going to start losing $560,000 a game. I think they're going to fucking sign. Okay? But understand that a franchise tag is not a death sentence. It's only a death sentence when your team doesn't really want to fuck with you, like Josh Jacobs. Saquon Barkley, they could be like, look, Saquon, and they'll be more willing to do it. We'll just, if you sign, we won't franchise tag you next year. There's no way in hell Josh and Dave is going to give up their leverage to let Josh Jacobs fucking be able to walk away. They're going to keep holding his ass hostage and accountable for him finally telling all of us he doesn't want to be with the Raiders, and then they'll kick his ass out. Somebody said sounds going in and out. Okay, hold on. Allegedly, from what's being said, out of Las Vegas, that he was sitting in the parking lot. Okay, you said it's buffering. Okay, is it still buffering? Because I'm off. I'm off the Wi-Fi now. Okay. That he was in the car waiting for his deal, waiting for the deal to happen, and it didn't can. You can imagine sitting in your car in the parking lot. I was told that my car waiting for something to happen, man, and nothing happening. That's the car for hours and nothing happens, man. Said go back to Wi-Fi. All right, man. I'm gonna try it. Trying everything in my power, man. I'm doing everything I can. I don't know what's going on. Okay. How about now, you guys? How about now? Is it better now? I'm back on the Wi-Fi now. I hope it's sounding good, man. I hope it looks good on my end, but you guys are letting me know that something's wrong, man. Somebody said turn back on the Wi-Fi, buffering that. Hey, man, it might be YouTube. It might be YouTube, man. People said perfect now. I was on Wi-Fi before. I don't know, man. All right, but anyway, you guys, I'm gonna read you guys' questions. Like I said, you guys, people saying everything's okay, cool. But before I was on the Wi-Fi, you told me I was buffering. I got off. Now you said, so I don't know, dog. I don't know. YouTube is not perfect, you guys. All right. So let me just go ahead and read some of you guys' questions and shit. But I just want to come in and say that the franchise tag is not a death sentence to a player if you have some leverage. And, I think if the Raiders situation, I don't think that the Giants situation is the Raiders situation. If the Raiders situation is like they know they ain't gonna want to keep him in the long term, why don't they just agree to Josh Jacobs and say, hey man, we won't franchise tag you next year? But they're not gonna do that, dude, because when you have your foot on somebody's neck, you got your foot on their neck, dog, and that's what it is. Okay. William Boozer, what's going on? Isaac Vera, man, what's popping? Nick, what's going on? Robert Munoz, salute. Raider Nation, Ruben Naba, shout out to Matthew Sheck and Unfiltered Nation, Unfiltered fam. Okay. Football season's coming, you guys. We're going to be acting a fool. We're on our way to 5,000 subscribers, man. I really want, by the end of the season, man, I want to be sitting on 10,000 subs, you guys. That's not a lot. It's not a lot to ask. I think that if we hit it hard, we go hard in the paint, we go hard on the motherfucking 50-yard line and shit, we can hit 10,000 subs by the end of the season, you guys. That's my goal. Okay. Tony Dale, what's good? Count Shacula, you already know what it is. Trav was popping. I ain't seen you in a minute. Okay. Tony Dell says, I'm Team Barkley. Me too. Eddie Willis says, 50 years of hip-hop. That's right, man. That's right, man. 50 years of hip-hop, man. Salute to DJ Hurt. You know what I'm saying? For starting hip-hop, for creating hip-hop. Raider Kush was popping. Looking healthy. Yeah, dog. Sad, skin glowing. That comes from that good diet. Your boys backing off all the crazy foods and shit. But once a week, I act a fucking fool, bro. But as you can see, man, skin is clear, looking healthy, feeling good. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. Okay. Dallas Cowboys. Hey, dog. Tony Pollard's going through the same situation, man. He's going through the same situation with these guys. Crazy, bro. Crazy. We Booze at 4 running backs. Wow, that's terrible. Booze, let me say that again for all the channels that you guys are saying we can easily replace Josh Jacobs. This is why you watch me, okay? Because then you can listen to what they're saying and know they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back who's hard of hearing, or for the people who said that I was buffering. I'm laughing because I'm thinking it in my head. Zamir White, Amir Abdullah, Britton Brown, and Bolden. I don't even know what Bolden's first name is. Don't matter. Those guys, for an entire season, all four of them, rushed for 160 yards, 4.1 yards a carry, no touchdowns, for a 17-game season, bro. That's their stat line. Divide 4 into 160 yards. You're talking about Josh Jacobs, who had a 200-yard game. Josh Jacobs had a 200-yard game last year. He had more yards in a game than these clowns had in an entire season, and no touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, 1,600 yards, 4.9 yards a carry, 12 touchdowns. Zeus, Abdullah, Brown, and Bolden, 160 yards, 4.1 yards a carry, no touchdowns, bro. And these people got the audacity and unmitigated gall to tell you, they're not telling me. They're not telling me because I don't watch it. To tell you that those four guys is going to make up for that guy when Josh Jacobs had more yards in one game than those guys had in a whole fucking season, and they had a 4-game head start carrying the football. Josh Jacobs didn't get the ball till week 5. They had week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4, and they had 4 people, and they couldn't get the shit done, dog. They couldn't even fucking score a touchdown. And you guys are telling you, hey man, I don't know what to tell you guys. God. Robert Munoz, but Jacobs is going to get signed by week 1. That's what I'm hearing. They're trying to get a contract, but it's not overpaid, but it makes Jacobs happy. They can't. Robert, they cannot sign a multi-year deal with Josh Jacobs. What they could do is put one in place and say, Josh, at the end of the year, promise him a fucking popsicle at the end of the time that your mama's in Kmart and she says, hey Jimmy, if you're cool, mommy will take you to go get you a fucking Happy Meal and shit. And then she decides, well, we'll just do it tomorrow when you leave. Yeah, they could put a deal in place, but they can't sign shit. It's in the CBA. It's in the collective bargaining agreement. They cannot sign a long-term deal with Josh Jacobs until after the season. So whatever you're hearing about, well, they're just trying to, nah, they're not. You can't. Okay? Robbie says, man, much respect, but what if we pay him all this money and he doesn't produce same as last season? So, that's the risk you take. That's the risk you take. That's with any player, bro. It's like, why is the running back being held to a standard that nobody else is being held to? Hey, I don't hear nobody up in arms about Chandler Jones' big ass fucking contract that he got. He had 4 sacks. What if he goes and gets 2 sacks this year? Like, nobody's holding these other guys accountable. You're trying to hold Josh Jacobs, who has yet to show that he's not going to do what he does. That's what I don't like about it. What I don't like about it is that everybody's trying to put a what if on a guy who has not done anything but produce. If anything, you should be talking about the motherfuckers who didn't produce, who are still getting a check. That's what I don't like about all that shit I'm hearing. Because you guys want to talk about, well, what if Josh Jacobs doesn't lead the NFL in rushing, and he doesn't lead the NFL in yards per carry, and he doesn't lead the league in broken tackles, and he doesn't lead the league in yards per game? Man, that's a lot of shit that he did for you to say that he didn't do. But then you got a guy by Chandler Jones who's getting paid a shit ton of money that we could be paying him. You're not holding his feet to the fire and say, hey, Chandler, hey, what if you don't get 4.5 sacks this year? Should we still be paying you this shit ton of money that we're paying you? What about Devontae Adams? Hey, I don't hear you guys saying Tay. Hey Tay, if you don't at least have lead the NFL in touchdown receptions, which he did, and have at least 1,500 yards receiving, how do we know you're going to do that? So that's why I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it, dude. You shouldn't tell somebody who's getting shit done what if they don't get it done, bro. That's your insecurity. That's not his insecurity. He hasn't done anything but produce. And based on what your GM said, all he has to do is do what he's doing and everything will take care of itself. He's supposed to already have a deal. That's the problem, man. You guys don't hold everybody accountable. You hold the people who they tell you to be held accountable for. Why do you even care, bro? Like, why does Raider fans care about how much money we spend? I don't give a fuck about that. You guys care about that's counting somebody else's pockets. Stop counting Mark Davis's pockets, bro. Stop looking in his bank account. Stop being concerned about what he has to pay for, bro. We're fans, okay? I don't care if he goes in debt. If the team is fucking playing and we're winning Super Bowls, so be it. I'm tired of fucking not winning shit. You guys are more concerned about a salary cap and worried about saving money on a team that can't compete. I would rather for our team to be like, look, man, if Mark Davis came out and said, hey, you guys, hey, man, I spent every penny I could spend and we didn't get it done, I would be like, salute to Mark Davis for fucking putting his foot in the Raiders like he's supposed to. He's leading with his pocket. He's saying, man, I'm paying everybody. Paying Josh, paying this guy, paying that guy. Man, look, I'm going broke. We're not winning. I would have more respect. But you guys want to save $1 when you're walking around with holes in your shoes and shit. Like, fuck all of that, dude. Sometimes you got to spend some money on a fucking piece of a car so you can do what you got to do. That's the point. I don't care how much money we save if we ain't shit. What does that do? So that shit pisses me off, man. That whole what if he doesn't, what if he does? It's a 50-50 coin flip. What if he does, bro? No one talks about that. The man has already showed you what he could do. He's already proven everybody wrong already, bro. He's the one that is proving you wrong. And everybody else that said we don't need him. They said that shit in preseason. I heard people tell me, Shaq, we don't need him. We got this guy. We got that guy. We got this guy. We don't need him, dog. We can do running back by committee. What did he do? He proved everybody wrong, bro, by leading the league in rushing and won by 140 yards. The next nearest person was 140 yards behind him, bro. How many more categories do you need to lead the league in? And he led the NFL in yards from scrimmage. That's 5 offensive categories that a guy who didn't get the ball the first 4 weeks of the season got. And people are scared that he's not going to live up to what he's already lived up to and shit. I don't understand. It's like trying to please somebody you can't please, bro. Meanwhile, you got a bunch of guys collecting checks who ain't doing shit. You got a quarterback who got paid more than the quarterback you guys swore in your life you wanted to get rid of. He has yet to be at one practice. Okay? No one's talking about that. You're not upset about that shit. You're not upset about Chandler Jones. You're not upset about all these other people that's getting checks. You're not upset. But you're upset because you feel that Josh Jacobs should just fucking just do what you want him to do with no security, no future, no accountability from the owner, no accountability from the GM, and no accountability from the coach. And he should just, hey, what if you don't do what you did already? That just sounds crazy to me, man. God, run on EB, man. What's good? Good evening. Shout out to the real Raider fans. I don't have a Super Bowl yet like some of the OG fans, but I can relate to some of these new call fans. Hey, dude, not having a ring don't have nothing to do with it. It's a matter of understanding, man, that to be a member of this fan base, this is a fan base, man, that cannibalizes itself. We're at war all the time. Raider Nation is at war all the time. People thought, oh, once we get rid of DC, we're going to get along. No, we're not. There's always going to be a civil war on our fan base all the time. People are going to agree on this. They're not going to agree on that. They're going to tell you that you ain't shit because you think this. You don't agree with that. You don't support this guy. It's always going to be that, dog, because that's the fan base. That's the way it is. Okay? But as a young Raider fan, it would do you good for you to study the history and the pedigree of the team, bro. Do not look at it, well, I just came in or I've been here since 2000 and nothing before that matters. Nah, dude, we ain't been shit for a long time. And there's reasons why. And the older fans, like myself and others, will give you the tools for you to understand why we think the way we think. I see the divide. Most people in my age group or OGs or 3 ringers like me, or 2 ringers or 1 ringer, we all think pretty much the same. This isn't what we're used to. This isn't Raider football. This isn't what we have made ourselves being legends in the NFL. The younger, you guys have not had any team success, so you guys get you concentrate on the players. You guys fall in love with the players. You guys make the players into the reason why you love the team. And that's a mistake. Because when those players have a problem, when they leave, when they have a contractual shit, you guys blame them. It's like you're disappointed in Josh Jacobs because Josh Jacobs was told he was going to get taken care of and he got lied to, and he's saying, hey, I got lied to, man. I'm not doing shit. Oh, Josh Jacobs, man. Oh, this is some bullshit. 10 million's enough, dude. No, it ain't. Not when I was promised something else. So that's what it is, man. You younger Raider fans, man, we love you guys. We want you guys in the fan base. We need you guys. But what we don't need is for you guys to act like nothing that we know matters and anything that happened before you were a fan or before you were born matters. Because 9 times out of 10, before you were born, we were winning. Facts. Okay? So that's my advice. Dark Spring, still respect the Raiders even though I get crap sometimes. Hey, man, I represent the Raiders. I'm always going to rep the Raiders. Bo Long in the house. Eddie Willis served in the Marines. Hey, man, thank you for your service, man. You know, my nephew was a sharpshooter in the Marines. Okay, so if any of you guys want to get squirrely thinking you gonna, my nephew will pick you off like pigeons and shit. Okay, my nephew was marksman. Don't fuck around with my family and shit. Okay. In time of war, I have a short life expectancy. NFL treats the running back position like point man in infantry. Hey, dude, I'm gonna tell you something, man. My entire family's military, bruh. I avoided the military. Me and my brother, we avoided it because we lived in a military household, bro. Both of my parents were in the military, and both of them were officers in the military. That's why I'm so the way I am, okay? I had a mother that was an officer in the military. I had a father that was an officer in the military. I'm not going to fucking join the military too. But I'm going to tell you, my father was in Vietnam. And my father told me exactly what you told me, bro. When you're talking about the infantry, point man and the infantry, the guys that are on the ground, the first wave that goes in, man, my dad did everything in his power not to be one of those guys where you are on the front line and you're fucking crossing over the threshold and them motherfuckers is picking you off. My dad, he became an officer. He when he went in the military, he had his college degree. He said, I'm applying for an officer's position. And he went to flight school and shit. And he was an officer. And he was flying over that shit. So you're right, bro. And salute to those infantrymen who gave their lives knowing that they weren't going to make it back. Okay, so salute to them. But I'm just saying, what you said means a lot, bro. These running backs are being looked at just like that, bro. Hey, man, you could be replaced. But they really can't be replaced, bro. Because I just told you. When those other guys get out there and they don't get it done and your team is losing, you're going to wish that these guys would be on your team, bro. God. James Walker in the house. Run on EB. What's going on? Guys talking about my sound and other shit. Okay, so everything sounds good, no problem, everything's cool. Bolon, your thoughts on the rumors of signing Marcus Peters? Bo Long, man, Bo, dog. You my homie, bruh. You one of the younger members of Raider Nation that I got full respect for. But you know I'm gonna tell you what I think. You know I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. I don't want Marcus Peters. Why are you guys motherfucking concerned about Marcus Peters, man? Let me tell you about Marcus Peters, bro. Let me tell you about Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters is from Oakland, bro. He's from the O. He's Marshawn Lynch's little cousin. We seen him. We seen him play on several teams. We seen him play on Kansas City. We seen him play for the Rams. Last season, he played for my wife's Ravens last year. I watch as many Ravens games as I watch Raider games because my wife and my family, I watch all those games because my in-laws and all that. So when we talk football, I could talk to them about, they can't talk to me about the Ravens because they don't watch much of me. But when I'm around my in-laws, I could talk to them about Lamar and what's popping and all of that shit. Odell Beckham Jr. I go to the games. I went to a Baltimore game 2 years ago and I flew out there, man. Me and my boy, one of my best friends is a season ticket holder of the Ravens. I saw Marcus Peters play every snap last year, bro. Every game. And I'm going to tell you, Marcus Peters ain't that good. He was getting toasted. He was out of position. He was missing tackles. He was getting a lot of PIs. He was getting into a lot of skirmishes and shit. And I just don't think that he's going to make a difference on our defense, bro. I still see Travis Kelce gashing us. I still see Justin Herbert killing us. I still see Jerry Jeudy and them running routes and fucking us up. Marcus Peters is I'd say he's a good nickel guy or a guy to come in when we need dime coverage or some shit. He's not no guy that needs to be playing full defense in the AFC West when you got Mahomes airing it out. You're going to find out, bro. I'm cool on Marcus Peters, bro. If he signs with the Raiders, I'm going to root for him like everybody else. But I saw him play last year. I don't know why you guys think that guys get better when they come to the Raiders. They don't get better when they come to the Raiders, bro. Name a guy who came to the Raiders who got better who's not named Devontae Adams. You come from another team and you come to our team, you don't get better. You don't. Okay? I'm just being honest. You can't name somebody who came from another team in recent memory. Don't go back in the days and start talking about Lala Zato and shit. I'm talking about within the last 2 or 3 years. Name a player that we got in free agency that came over and did some shit that's not named Devontae. So that's how I feel about it, man. Marcus Peters, to me, I'm not excited about it. I seen him last year. I seen him give up a lot of big plays. I'm not excited about it, man. Robin Yost. Yeah, it's a good question. I just answered it, Rob. Robin Hammond sounds good. Good. Going in and out. I don't know. YouTube, dog. I can't. What can I do? Carlos Rodriguez, what's going on, Los? Said, buffered on my end. It got worse. What can I do, bro? What can I do? Okay. Go back to Wi-Fi. Now you're saying it's crystal clear. Okay, cool. Robin Yost, I hear you perfectly. All right, cool. Bo said Shaq Wi-Fi busted. No, it ain't my Wi-Fi, bro. Ain't my Wi-Fi. We got the best Wi-Fi in LA, bro. It's YouTube. It ain't my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is always clear. Okay, something going on with YouTube, dog. It ain't my shit. Because we're on the internet right now. I'm streaming. I'm watching Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol right now. Ain't shit going on. Don't start that shit, Bo, and shit. Just because your ass is a motherfucking White Sox fan don't mean that you can start talking shit. Because you already know we had that conversation already. God. Apocalypse is going on. Hard in the paint, you know what it is. Boozer says going in and out. What can I do, man? It's YouTube. God. Mono said, yeah, here Peter's room's going up, man. What's going on? Jacob's Central Coast Cali Raider, what's going on, my dog? If I was Jacobs, I'd want to play for another team, dealing with Daniels and Ziegler in the offseason. Hope it works out. He's a real Raider. Hey, dude, I don't have a problem with it, man. Like, when somebody promises you some shit and they don't deliver, man, all bets are off, man. All bets are off, man. When you're playing with somebody's money and you're playing with somebody's career and shit, nah, dude, all bets are off, man. All bets are off. I'll use myself as an example, bro. I was a manager at a job. Okay? This was about 8 years ago. I was a manager at a job, bro. I didn't want to be the manager. Okay? But we got a new GM. The old manager wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. The new GM saw me, was, because they watch you and see who's doing what. Saw me, saw what I was doing, looked at my resume, saw my bachelor's degree, saw all my shit. He said, man, I want him to be the manager. Okay? Made me the manager, which didn't make me liked by all the other guys that I was working with, because as soon as your ass climbs over people, then you start seeing motherfuckers don't like the fact that you jumped over them. But I got, they picked me. Did my job first year. I was promised a raise. Okay? They said, Shaq, the numbers are this. If you hit these numbers and you keep this retention rate and you do this and you do that, we're going to give you this raise and a title change. All right, man. I'm hearing this from the top man himself. I do everything right, bro. Surpassed the numbers. The retention rate of my employees was right. Everything was correct, bro. When it came time for my review, and I came in there, man, I was rubbing my hands together. I said, man, I'm about to get paid. It's about to go down. I go in there, man. I'm in there. The owner of the company's in there. My manager's in there. And the GM's in there. There's 4 of them in there, bro. I'm like, why is there 4 people in my meeting? No other time was 4 people in my shit. I said, man, I was thinking I was going to get fired. I'm thinking, man, I don't know what the fuck. Something must have happened, some shit. They told me, man. They said, hey, Shaq, we know we told you that if you hit these numbers, we were going to give you this and we were going to give you that and we were going to give you that. But we're all here to tell you we love your work and we love everything you did. But when we went to the negotiation table to renegotiate the next 5 years, we had to take a pay cut, so you have to take a pay cut. What? What? Since we had to take a pay cut over 5 years, look at what they're saying. You have to take a pay cut, so we're not going to give you your raise. You know what I did at that point? I said, okay. I said, all right, cool. From that day on, I did everything in my power to fucking get out of there and leave them hanging at the right time. I did everything. I fucking interviewed with other people. I put in resumes. I got on the phone. I hit the homies. I hit the homegirls. I did everything. When I got my next job, I said this last night. You don't quit a job until you have a job. I waited until the most important time of the fucking year to tell them that day I quit. I left their whole company fucked up. They didn't have anybody to do what I did. They didn't have anybody that can fill my job. I didn't prepare nobody. I didn't train nobody. I didn't have no successor. I just came in and I said, hey man, I just want to let you guys know that's it for me, man. I'm out of here. They're like, what are you talking about? What do you mean you're out of here? I'm out of here. I'm done. You think I have a problem with Josh Jacobs? You think a guy who got promised if he delivered, he would get what it is that he was supposed to get and he didn't get it, that I'd have a problem with him when that shit happened to me? Oh no, I identify with him. I understand. People lie, bro. Your bosses lie. Your employers lie. People lie all the time. Your girl probably lies to you and shit. Okay? She really wasn't at her girl's house, bro. She really wasn't with her girlfriend and shit. All right? She was at that other motherfucker's house that she's thinking about replacing you with. She went to coffee with a motherfucker she shouldn't have went to coffee with, and she told you she went to the fucking cleaners to pick up some fucking shit. Yeah, she went to the cleaners after she went to Starbucks. So that's how I feel about it, bro. Okay? Robin Yo says, damn, that's crazy. Eddie Willis says, the reason why Drake says in the song, bounce that shit like, whoa, my fans love me like a college running back and not an NFL running back. That's right. Drizzy know what he talking about, Doc. Shit, that motherfucker knows what he's talking about. I'm telling you, man, being a running back is gonna come back, man. It's not gonna continue. Once these teams start fucking not winning without a running back, there's gonna be a team that's gonna say, you know what, we're gonna pay a running back. It's gonna happen, bro. As soon as somebody decides to pay, like right now, here's how I think the running back market could change. If a team with a high-paying running back wins the Super Bowl, if the 49ers win the Super Bowl and Christian McCaffrey, CMC, wins the MVP of the fucking Super Bowl, watch everybody try to sign a running back. If Nick Chubb, who has a big ass contract, if the Browns win a Super Bowl and he's MVP, watch everybody, because it's a trendy situation. The NFL is trendy. Whatever they're doing and they're winning, we're gonna do. They're running the West Coast offense, they win the Super Bowl, we're gonna run the West Coast offense. They're running a cover 2. Cool, we're going to run a cover 2. They're running a Tampa 2, we're running a Tampa 2. They're running a 2-back set, we're running a 2-back set. They're running bunch formations on the right side, we're going to run a bunch formations on the right side. They got 2 tight end sets, we're going to run a 2 tight end set. They're running a 3-4 defense, we're going to run a 3-4 defense. They're running a 4-3 defense, we're going to run a 4-3. So it's all monkey see, monkey do. All it takes is a running back to have a hell of a postseason, run all over the fucking league in the postseason, win the Super Bowl MVP as a running back, break the record for whatever how many yards it was. I think it's 224 yards is the Super Bowl record for running backs. Break that. Everybody's going to want a running back. They're just doing it right now because they can. Okay. Jeremy Whitaker says good. Okay. Running on EB, some dude on another channel recommended St. Jacobs average 1.5 yards a carry. Running on EA88. Look, dude, anytime somebody says something that you can't fucking believe, 9 times out of 10, you can't believe it. How does a running back that averaged 1.5 yards a carry lead the league in rushing? It's impossible. Okay? It's impossible for a running back to have 1.5 yards per carry and lead the National Football League in rushing, bro. No, it's 4.9 yards a carry, bro. These, like I said, man, you guys, I wouldn't even watch somebody that said some shit like that. Like whoever it is you watching, I don't know who it is, and I don't want to know. I wouldn't even watch him after saying. I wouldn't even want to watch somebody that doesn't even know that. It's simple. Get on the internet, Google. Figure it out, bro. I know this in the top of my head, though. God. Rob Munoz. Edwin Bowles in the house. What's going on? Whittington motherfucking Thomas. Where you been, dog? Where you been, dog? My boy Whittington Thomas in this bitch, man. What's going on, big dog? Hey, man, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, man. Gotta holler at you, man, about them tickets, bro. Gotta holler at you about them tickets. You already know what game I'm talking about, man. But I don't know, man. I don't know. God. Raider Room in the house. What's going on, man? Okay. Running on EB over 2,000 total yards. But these guys swear in their life, the 4 horsemen. I'm going to start calling them niggas the 4 horsemen. The four headless horsemen and shit. Because the 4 horsemen were actually good running backs and shit that played back in the 20s or 30s, maybe the 40s with Notre Dame. The 4 horsemen, those dudes were actually good football players and shit. Not to say these guys ain't good football players, but they're not better than Josh Jacobs. The 4 headless horsemen and shit, 160 yards, 4.1 yards in carry and no touchdowns with 4 different people all forming one player. Come on, you guys. Anthony King, Josh Jacobs been balling since high school and still, as of now, is balling. Okay. Raider Room 100. Appreciate that. Robin Munoz, gotta go, brother. Hey, man, do your thing, Brand. Get that bag. Dark Side Raider, what's going on, big dog? Okay. Run Ebis have been watching since 01. All good. Okay. JD, what's going on? Hey, I'm chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Willis, JD's rolling. Okay. Anthony King, Marcus Peters is washed up. Hey, man, I'm tired of people at the end of their career. Why at the end of their career they want to come to the Raiders, bro? Why didn't you come when you was good? I'm tired of these guys coming in just fucking collecting a check at the end of their career, bro. He's just trying to get a last check. He wants to play for the Raiders because he's from Oakland, bro. But he played like shit last year, man. Marcus Peters, man. There was what was it? There was a game. I don't remember what game it was. I have to talk to my boy about it. But there was a game last year with the Ravens, because like I said, I watch every Ravens game because my family and shit. I'm the guy that they ask. Okay, if my father-in-law gets on the phone and say, hey, son, what's going on? Hey, what's popping? I'm gonna know because I watched the game. Okay, he gave up either a unsportsmanlike, I think it was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that put them in a position to kick a game-winning field goal or some shit. It was like he hit somebody out of bounds, or it was something like that, and they lost the whole game because Marcus Peters couldn't keep his head on right. Okay? So like I said, man, you gotta be careful what you wish for. Jermaine Terrell, Sub Shack, Raiders won 3 Super Bowls but playing Smash Mouth football. About the Jacobs deal, what happened to commitment to excellent Matra? Died when the old man died, man. He died in 2011, bro. We all understand that the old man, the game had passed him by, man, but like anything else, man, you're supposed to pick up the baton, bro. You're supposed to pick up the baton. The man carried that franchise from nothing. Like I say, man, when motherfuckers was talking shit about Al Davis, dog, I was like, when he was alive, they would talk shit about him, like, you know, people that I knew, and we'd be talking about football, and they would be trying to talk shit about AD, man, and I'd be like this, man. Al Davis is in the Hall of Fame several times. Okay? He's not just in the Hall of Fame for one thing. Hall of Fame as an owner. Hall of Fame as an assistant coach. Hall of Fame as a head coach. Hall of Fame as a GM. Hall of Fame as a commissioner of the AFL. He's in the Hall of Fame for 6 different things, bro. Your owner, I don't care what owner you have, has never been the commissioner of the league or of a part of the league, because the AFL and the NFL merged in 1970, and Al Davis was the commissioner. Al Davis was the GM of the Raiders. Al Davis was the head coach of the Raiders. Al Davis was the motherfucking assistant coach of the Raiders. And Al Davis was the fucking owner. That's how great of a man he was, bro. But when he died, nobody fucking took over nothing. Mark Davis got the team because he was his son. What has he done in 12 years? Mark Davis has been the owner of the Raiders for 12 years. The greatest thing he ever did, and I give him nothing but respect and love for, something his father would have never been able to do, is to get that damn stadium, man. Let me tell you guys something. If you're a fucking Raider fan for real, and you don't get your raggedy, fake ass to the Raiders' beautiful ass Allegiant Stadium, aka the Death Star, and watch even a preseason game, your ass is doing yourself a huge disservice, bro. Because that shit right there will keep you going, bro. Being in there will keep you going as a fan of this bullshit. Because when you're in there, all you're thinking about is, man, wait till we get a fucking team. Wait till we get our shit together. You get hope when you're in the Death Star. Ask my boy Whittington Thomas, who's a season ticket holder. Ask people in the dark hole. I mean, the black hole that goes to the games. Ask Raider Violator when he's on here, because you know Violator is a big supporter of this channel. Ask anybody who goes to the games religiously or who has been to several games, because one game, okay, credit, but not enough. That shit will fucking motivate you to actually give you the energy to put up with all this bullshit, bro. It'll give you the energy to say, man, once we get a team in here, and you're looking around and you're like, wow, this stadium is amazing, bro. And then if you want to take it one step further, do the tour. You got to go to the game. You can't be a Raider fan watching fucking 17 games on the TV all the time, bro. You can get to Vegas. Every airport by your house flies to Las Vegas. There's no place you live that has an airport that you can't fly to fucking Vegas, bro. You're just too cheap to pay. You're just too fucking cheap. No bad seats in the Death Star. You can sit at the top. Those damn TV screens are bigger than a fucking football field. There's no bad seat in there. Go to a fucking game, bro. Okay? Just trying to help you guys out. All right? My opinion says, yeah, D, he sucks. Raider Room said Crabtree. Crabtree came and played good for a couple of years, and then he was gone. I mean, shit. I mean, he played good for a year or two. But is that good enough? Not good enough, dude. I mean, shit, anybody can come over. Or Richard Seymour. But I said in the last couple of years, I didn't say back in the days, Richard Seymour, I'll say who came over. Richard Seymour came over, played good for multiple years. Crabtree played good for a couple of years. But in the last 3 or 4 years, like I said, name a free agent who came to the Raiders who did something. You're going back 10 years. You have to go back that long to find somebody? All these free agents that we're signing, Philip Dorsett's and all these people. Like I said, man, you guys got to go back hella far, dude. Waller was a practice player, bro. Can't count Darren Waller. Darren Waller was a practice player. Can't count him. I'm talking about a player that played on a team. Waller didn't even make the roster. First time he ever played, was on an NFL roster was the Raiders. Him being on a practice squad don't count. Sorry. Try again. Darren Waller never fucking played a professional football game with that team. He was never on the roster. How you think we got him? Like I said, man, keep trying. Giovanni, what's going on, man? Thank you for the $5 dono, man. Appreciate you. Okay. Winning times, everyone knows a good running game is fundamental to a successful football team, yet the NFL glamorizes. Watch Raider footballs in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. Oh, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that, Whittington Thomas. Your uncle, Arthur Whittington. Man, we got too many great running games, bro. That's what we did. We ran football. You can't help these guys, man. These guys, man, they don't want to go back in the past and look at it, okay? Ruben Nava, Anthony King. So we got Crabtree. He wasn't good when he got to the Raiders. How many years ago was that? Are you guys listening to me, man? Maybe when I was talking, maybe it was jumbling up. I said in the last 3 or 4 years, bro. Crabtree hasn't played for the Raiders since like 2014, 2016, 2017? Why you got to go back that far? You got to go all the way back there? Let me say it again. Since we've been in Las Vegas, this is the 4th year we've been in Las Vegas. Name a NFL free agent that came to the Raiders in the last 4 seasons since we've been in Las Vegas that played good, that's not named Devontae Adams. How about that? Let's see what you got to say. You keep bringing up people who haven't played for the Raiders in 6 or 7 years. That's pathetic, bro. Okay. Crabtree. You guys bringing up Crabtree? Really? Wow, bro. I forgot Crabtree played for the Raiders. It's been that long. Okay. Ray said, you ain't never lied, Shaq. How can you get excited about Peters when Jacobs is going to be keeping Herbert and Mahomes and Wilson off the field? They don't understand, bro. They don't understand time of possession. They don't understand having the football. When you run the football, you're running the clock, bro. That's what they don't get. They don't understand time of possession, man. They don't get that. They don't get The run sets up the pass. There's basic football 101 ideology that you just have to know. 9 times out of 10, man, if you played the game, I don't care if you played Little League, high school, JV, junior college, college. If you actually played football, bro, there's certain things, not Madden. Madden ain't teaching you guys football. I'm sorry. I don't care how good you are at Madden, how good you are at Xbox, how good you are at motherfucking PlayStation. That's not teaching you football because you're playing a video game. Okay? Football is going to teach you the mantras. The team who holds the ball the longest is most likely to win. Running the football is time of possession, running the clock, slowing the game down. Run sets up the pass because if the running game is going good, they're going to stack the box. They're going to bring up another player that's going to leave people in one-on-one coverage, and then you could pass the football. It's just basic football, man. But you can't teach people what they don't want to know, bro. They don't want to know that. They want to be right, and they'll say whatever it is that they're used to saying. And then when they run into somebody like me or run into somebody who's like on this channel who knows football, they don't have a rebuttal for when we tell them what they weren't expecting. Okay? Ruben said they might be trolling you, Wi-Fi Gucci. Hey, bro, like I said, man, if people want to lie and they want to do whatever, man, like I said, man, nothing's affecting nothing over here, bro. Like I said, nothing's affecting us over here, man. We're going to stay real on ours, guys. Darkside Raider, a player in the secondary I'm looking forward to seeing is Duke Shelley from the Vikings. Hopefully he'll be solid. Hey, we'll see. Okay? Edwin Bowles, I'm glad I'm not the only one who sees people spewing running back propaganda. The owners won a quarterback league at the expense of the running backs. Why do you think that is, Edwin, EB? You know why? Because the quarterback has 10 people. Well, actually, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The quarterback has at least 6 people protecting him. If the quarterback is in pass is going back for the pass, and you're doing pass coverage, pass protection, you're going to have all of your linemen. That's 5 linemen. You'll probably have a tight end, 6 to stay in block for a little bit, and then he'll fade off, and then you'll have a running back to chop block or somebody to clip off somebody. So you'll have at least 6 people protecting one guy. Running back, once he hits the line of scrimmage, he has nobody to protect him. He can get gang tackled. He can get held up. They'll hold you up, hit you, all that. So they're looking at it like this. What's a better investment? You got all these rules protecting the quarterback. Okay? Rules up the ass to protect the quarterback. You can't slam him. You can't fall on him anymore. You can't slam him to the ground. Once the ball, if he's in the pocket, you can't do this. If he's out the pocket, you can't do that. That's where they want to spend their money, dog, on the guy who they can protect. Okay? They can't protect the running back. But if you ask the quarterback if the running back if the guy who's playing the quarterback position, if you ask him, is the running back important, they'll tell you yes. I haven't seen a quarterback yet say that all these guys are right. Name an NFL quarterback of any sort, a Mahomes, a Josh Allen, a Justin Herbert, whoever you can name, bro. Lamar Jackson. I'm not going to say guys you don't respect. I'm going to say guys you respect. Tell me when they've said, hey, man, they right, man. We don't need no running back, man. You right, bro. I can just do this by myself. They're going to say, man, a running back helps me do my job, bro. It keeps the defense honest, and I'm not going to be back there getting my head blown off. You haven't heard not one quarterback agree with any of you guys, any of your assessments. Not one. I haven't seen one quarterback say what you've said. The running back is obsolete. We don't need him. Not one guy has said it. Okay? And they won't. Jalen Hurts. Did you hear Jalen Hurts say it? Nope. I ain't heard Jalen Hurts say it. Did you see Tua Tagovailoa say it? Nope. He ain't said it. Who have you heard anybody say it? Have you heard Matthew Stafford say he didn't need a running game? Have you heard Russell Wilson say he don't need a running game? Have you seen Brock Purdy say he don't need a running game? Have you seen Kyler Murray say he don't need a running game? They haven't. No quarterback in the league agrees with any of the assessments that you guys have either heard or agree with because they know better. Okay? Turbo Duran, what's going on, Turb? You know what it is, Turb. Say, I really don't blame the Giants for not paying Barkley. I think JJ's better than him. Giants may be thinking the quarterback Jones may do all the running and pay extra bucks to pay. Hey, man, well, what happens when your quarterback gets blown up, bro? What happens then? Like I said, man, the Giants are more likely to sign Saquon Barkley than the Raiders are signing Josh Jacobs. They just don't want to pay him. They want him, but they don't want to pay him. Raiders, on the other hand, I don't think they want Josh Jacobs. Okay. Turbo Duran, college football next month. Yeah, dog, I can't wait, Turb. I'm going to some SC games, bro. NFL preseason, you right, bro. Stephen Gomez, football's finally back. You right. Turbo says, make sure everyone press the like button. That's right, man. Get them likes up, man. Appreciate you, Turb. See, when Turbo comes in, Turbo making shit happen, man. You're my motherfucker, Turb. Turb be coming in and regulating. Bo Long, the Death Star is beautiful, but the atmosphere will never be the same as a black hole. Hey, dog. It won't be, but you got to understand, though, Bo. Like, man, I came from there, dog. Like, I grew up in Oakland. Like, dog. If anybody understands what you're saying, it's me. Okay? I've been in that stadium since 74. Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. I've been in there since I was, since 74, bro. Since I was a little kid. That's when I learned how to love the Raiders. It's not going to have the same ambiance. But you got to understand why, man. The fans aren't going to pay for that anymore. It's like, man, well, how can I say it, bro? It's like your first car, bro. Like you in high school, man, and you got a car. You're one of the only people in your neighborhood. If you come from that kind of neighborhood where not everybody got a car, and you got a car, bro, and you got like a little bug or something, and you and your pops worked on it, or your uncle or whoever the fuck worked on it all summer, man, and got it cool, where it runs cool, but you can't take it really far, but you got a car and shit, and you drive it in high school and shit. You're one of the only homies that got a car. Then you go to college, bro, and then you drive up in the college campus with that. You ain't, and it's them girls ain't fucking with you. Yeah, you might have been able to fuck with one of the little chubby cheerleaders and shit, cause you had a car and she didn't want to fucking walk home or get on the school bus and shit. You might have been able to get some ass because you had a whip, and some of these girls might fuck with you because you had a little car. But when you get to college, man, you can't be pulling up. Hey, I'm here, man. Them girls ain't fucking with you, man. When they got motherfuckers driving up in better cars and shit. Same thing with the fans, bro. The fans are not paying all this money to go to a game and the stadium's raggedy. Look at the Oakland A's that still play there, bro. The Oakland A's still play in that same stadium that I grew up in 50 years ago. Okay? 50 fucking years ago, I was in that same stadium. They can't get nobody in there, bro. You know why? Because they're charging the same prices that they're charging at the other stadiums. It ain't cheaper to go to an A's game. Okay? It's the same price. I'm sitting on hardest seats. I've been in there. The fucking seats are hard as fuck. It's no shade. The amenities are fucked up. The shit smells like the sewer. The food is nasty. The parking's bad. The ambiance is fucked up. The sound system's grainy. The motherfucking big ass jumbotrons is faded and shit. Nobody wants to go there and see that shit, bro. Why you think Mark Davis has enough money to go buy the Aces? Why you think Mark Davis is getting ready to pay off the Death Star? Because the Death Star is the attraction. The team's not the attraction. The Raiders aren't the attraction. The attraction is who's playing the Raiders in Vegas in there, bro. That's how bad it's gotten. Okay? That's what it is. John Fonseca. He's a smooth criminal like PG on the Clippers. You already know. Okay. Darren Waller. We got Waller off the Ravens practice squad. Yeah. Is that a roster spot? Like I said, man, he just got poached. He just got took. We're gonna take him and give him a roster spot. That's not the same as coming over as a free agent. God. Trevor Durant, Marcus Peters is trash. Let's be real. He's not the same player. Yeah, I agree. Christy, what's up, Christy? Christy Heard in the house. What's going on, Christy? Denzel Perryman. Okay. Couple years. Okay. Took you a while to find one. Okay, I'll give you that. Denzel Perryman played pretty good. I'll give you that. That's one guy. Okay. One. Yeah, Turbo talking to Christy. Hey, I know, Chris. I miss you too, girl. I miss you too. It's popping. Anthony King, there hasn't been any Shaq. Yeah, man, Denzel Perryman, but he played good until he got hurt. I mean, okay, if we want to split hairs, fine, you know. Turbo said video games. Talking to Henry Newsom. What's going on? Cook. What's his name? Oh, you're talking about the guy Cook from the Saints. He did all right, man. He did all right. I mean, he's like a Denzel Perryman. Like, okay, a year, maybe two. Okay. I mean, if we want to really try to get somebody in there, okay, I could say he played okay. Okay. So, yeah, he did all right. Okay. Turbo talking to John Fonseca. Turbo Darkside Raider said visit first or favorite Raider game that you ever went pre-Death Star. Oh man. Shit. My favorite Raider game before I went to the Death Star would be pre-Death Star. Okay, so it would have to be back in Oakland. Shit, I'd probably say the 2000 playoff win we had against the Jets. In 2000, man, we played the Jets. It was a divisional game. It wasn't a conference. It wasn't a finals because the championship game, because then we lost to the Ravens and the Ravens went and beat the Giants. That's when Rich Gannon got body slammed by Tony Siragusa. But we played the Jets playoff game, and we were losing to the Jets. They had Curtis Martin. Curtis Martin was running all over our defense, man. And John Gruden was the head coach. And Napoleon Kaufman got loose. And we went to overtime, and we won the playoff game in Oakland against the Jets. That was my favorite game because it was a playoff game. It didn't look like we were going to win the game. We rallied at the end of the game. We tied it up. Janikowski kicked like a 50-something yard field goal. We went into OT, and we won the game, bro. So that's my favorite in-person game. Okay. Darkside Raider said, Bolong, Mike Vick didn't need no running back. Shit. Do you remember Steven Jackson, Bolong? Come on, Bo, man. Come on, Bo. Come on, Bo. Do you remember Steven Jackson? Do you remember Steven Jackson that played for the the St. Louis Rams, and he came and he played over there and came to the Falcons, and I think he had rushed for like 1,200 yards rushing, and the Atlanta Falcons led the league in rushing because Michael Vick also had 1,000 yards rushing. Hey, Bo, like I said, man, I know you're a White Sox fan, Bo. It's messing with you. X-Man in the house, what's going on, man? Wiping your feet, what's going on in the house? Okay. Turbo Durant said Michael Vick was legit running the ball. Yeah, until he got his ankle fucked up. Booty Bang, how would you feel if the Raiders released Josh Jacobs when he goes to the division rival? It would be something that I've seen before, Bo. Booty Bang. It would be something I've seen before. I've seen Marcus Allen do the same thing. I mean, what can I say, bro? Why, it's like anything else, man. It's like, man. Okay, Booty Bang, I'm using terms you can understand because you got a stable, bro. What are you going to say if one of your girls, bro, your top earner, If she decides to go and leave and hooks up with another PI, what are you gonna do, bro? And the PI calls you and serves you, because I know the game. He say, hey man, I just want to let you know, man, your girl just chose me, bro. You know, we can handle this with some class, or we can get into some gangster shit. A real player and a real PI would be like, all good, bruh. For sure. You served me. You called me. You served me up. You told me what it was. She with you now. All good. Click. You know why? Because the game is to be played fair, bro. Nobody snatched your girl. All you guys that are running around here fighting over these girls, and a lot of you guys on here, you don't even have no girls, and some of y'all that's talking shit on here, you guys don't have no girls. But you don't fight over a girl that fucking left. If a girl decides to go and fuck your best friend, dog, you don't need to be fighting him. Fuck you fighting him for? Now the best friend, you might be like, okay, dog, you know, if you fight him, you're fighting him because of your relationship with him. But you don't fight over the girl. For what? She chose. She didn't choose you no more. So if Josh Jacobs decides to, you know, it's of course he doesn't have a no trade clause, but let's just say hypothetically he got his way out and he decided to go to the Kansas City. I'll be like, hey man, should have took care of him, bro. You want something, you take care of it. It's that simple, bro. You don't take care of some shit and it leaves you, then that's what it is, dog. Your fucking Cocker Spaniel fucking jumps the fence because you ain't feeding them. I'm not blaming the Cocker Spaniel. I'll be like, man, fuck you, dog. I ain't get no food or water. Ain't no water in this motherfucker. You feeding me this hard ass fucking dog food. I'm out. You don't pet a nigga. You don't take a motherfucker out for a walk of shit. I'm gone. So that's how I feel about it, man. Treat people right and you won't have these problems, bro. But people don't want to treat folks right. They want to treat them like shit and use them up. And then when a person realizes you're using them up and they say you ain't using me no more, you're mad at them. I don't understand it. Makes no sense. Okay. Turbo Duran, what do you think about LeBron changing his number back to 23 next season? It's a good excuse. It's a good excuse. He doesn't have to change his number because anybody that had number 6 before the late great Bill Russell passed away and they retired the number 6 is grandfathered in. It's the same thing happened in the NBA in Major League Baseball when they retired Jackie Robinson's 42. You still had players like Mo Vaughn for the Red Sox had number 42. You had El Duque from the Yankees. You already know El Duque he's number 42. We had other people that was grandfathered in to wear that number. I think LeBron going back to 23, him doing that is just a fucking excuse, really, because it's like he can do it. How do you guarantee your number, your jersey is one of the top jerseys every fucking year? It's like, okay, I'm going to play 23 now, and then when that starts, my number starts dwindling down where I'm not one of the top people, I switch my number to 6, and then my fans buy the jersey again, and now all the people who had the 23 jerseys either sold them, gave them away, put them in Goodwill. Now I got an excuse to put 23 back on. I can put that back on and my numbers can be up again. I don't think it's a big deal, but it's just, he doesn't have to change his number again. But he's saying, out of respect to Bill Russell, I'll do it. But he didn't have to. Nobody asked him to do that. I can understand if they said, hey man, well, all you guys out of respect, change your number from number 6 to another number. Nah, they didn't say that. They said if you had the number, you can wear it to the end of your career or till you change teams or whatever. He's just using that as a way to change his number because he can. He wants to change his number, change his number. He's going to say Bill Russell. He's going to say this. He's going to say that. But when you're the man, you don't have to answer to nobody. You don't have to have a reason, bro. He can do what he wants. He's LeBron, man. He's the all-time leading scorer of the NBA. Do whatever the fuck he wants to do. But I think it's not necessary for him to change his number. But if he wants to change it, it is what it is. Okay. Turbo Durant. JD. Okay. Darkside Raider. Shout out to Kenny King. Man, Kenny King. Darkside Raider. Man, these guys don't even know Kenny King. They don't even know nothing about that, dog. They have no idea, man, against the Eagles, bruh. Salute to Kenny King Jr., man, his son as well, man. A great content creator, man. Salute to him. Anthony King with the $10 dono. Appreciate that, bud. Appreciate that, dog. Thank you, man. Anything you guys want to do for me, man, I'm gonna accept it, bro. I appreciate it, man. Okay, when somebody shows you love, accept it. Okay. Rocky Flores says your audio was cutting out. Hey, man, I'll tell you this right now, bro. When you play the replay back, when YouTube fixes all of that, it won't be there, dog. It's not my shit. It's not who I is. It's not me. Okay. Tubby Rand, man, said, imagine Shaq being in Josh Jacobs' shoes. I heard he was in his car, Raiders building, waiting for his deal, and they did him dirty. Hey, dude. There's an old saying, Turbo. The person who cares the most gets hurt the most. Okay? I'm going to say that shit again. The person who cares the most gets hurt the most. The person who cares the least controls the relationship. Okay? Think about it. We've all been with somebody. I don't know how y'all motherfuckers roll this shit. However y'all choose to do it, salute to y'all. But for me, it was always a female. We've all been, in my case, female, with somebody who you like them more than they liked you, bro. And when you're in that kind of situation, they may have given you the ass. You may have been, but they fucking wasn't into you as much as you was into them. They was running shit. Okay? The person who cares the least controls the shit. Okay? Because I don't give a fuck what you do. But then in other situations, when I didn't care as much as they did, I ran it. So in the situation now with the Raiders care the least. Josh Jacobs cares the most because he really wants to fucking be a Raider, bro. Salute to Josh Jacobs for wearing his love for our team on his sleeve, literally with a tattoo. He wants to be a Raider, bro. That's why he was like, I'm going to be ready so I don't even have to commute. Think about that, dog. He wants to be a Raider so bad, and all these Raider fans talking shit. He wanted to be with us, the silver and black, so bad. And this is not a diss against him. This is a love tap for him from me. You wanted to be with us. You didn't even want to have to commute to sign a contract, bro. He could have easily stayed at his crib. Got the call, hey Josh, it's going down. How long is it going to take you to be here? Oh man, it's going to take me, it's traffic. It's probably going to take me like 35, 40 minutes. Now Josh is like, I want to be here, so when they call me, I say I'll be there in a minute. That's love, dog. That's what's not being talked about. That's what all these channels and all you casual Raider fans are not understanding. The man wants to be with us, but he cares the most. So the person who cares the most gets treated the worst. Saquon Barkley has it on the flip side. He really doesn't care as much as the Giants care. That's why he said, I could say fuck you to the Giants in those exact words. I could say fuck you to my teammates in those exact words and sit out the entire season. That could be a play I can do. And nobody said nothing. Daniel Jones didn't say nothing. Darren Waller didn't say nothing. Nobody else said nothing. Nobody got offended because they said, man, we got to get Saquon on this team, dog. Let him talk all the shit he wants, bro. Let him say whatever he wants to say. We need to get him back. Meanwhile, in Las Vegas, Josh Jacobs sits in the car listening to a motherfucking young boy in the car and whatever other rap groups he can listen to or rap artists he's in there listening to Little Durk and shit. And Drake and whoever else, waiting for him to get a phone call. Is that the phone? Josh Jacobs like this. Oh, okay. It's just an alert. Okay. Email. Oh, shit. Oh man, I ain't talking to that girl, man. Shit. That's the difference, bro. God. He said, we got Denzel Perryman to trade for Carolina. He wasn't a free agent. Bam! See, JD be listening. JD be listening, man. Man, thank you, JD. I didn't say trade. I said free agent. Like I said, man. Some of you guys listen and some of you guys don't. Okay. Henry Newsom said they only know Madden. Darkside Raider, Greg Beekert was a solid middle linebacker. I said the last 4 years, you guys. I said since we in Vegas. Why are you guys bringing up players? Beekert was a bomb. Beekert was off the chain, but Beekert was in. Come on, man. Come on, you guys, man. Come on, you guys. God. Black Sunny said, gotta hate us. You already know, man. Brooklyn in the house. God. Bo Long said, hell no, I don't remember Steven Jackson. Like I said, dog. Like I said, Bo. Man. Bo, come on, Bo, man. I bet you know who Frank Thomas is, though. You might not know who Steven Jackson is, Bo, but you know who Frank Thomas is, guy. Dr. Alberto says that Jet playoff win was one of our last meaningful wins. See what I'm saying? See what Dark Side Raider said? To all you guys that are talking shit, okay? I was at one of the last meaningful playoff wins that we ever had. You guys ain't even been to the Death Star, y'all shit talking motherfuckers. Y'all ain't never even been to the stadium. Now, I was at playoff wins. You remember Dark Side Raider? That was a hell of a victory, bro. And another thing, Dark Side Raider, it was raining like a motherfucker, dog. It was raining in Oakland. It was cold. That field was fucking muddy, sloppy. That was a bomb-ass game, bro. We had John Ritchie. See, you guys don't, man, you guys can't fuck with us. John Ritchie running up and hitting motherfuckers and shit. Man, beautiful win, bro. Beautiful win. JD. Both said my favorite Raider win was Seth Roberts' walk-off against the Bucks. 2016, win over the Saints week 1 that same season. Never would have thought that Carr would become a Saint. Hey, dude. Let me tell you something. As much as people talk shit about Derek Carr, to a lot of you guys, Derek Carr is your Ken Stabler, first era. Derek Carr is the second era's Jim Plunkett. I'm not talking about Super Bowls. I'm just talking about the face of the franchise quarterback. That guy, Derek Carr, is the Rich Gannon of you guys' era. He's the guy that you guys know. That's the guy who a lot of you guys only saw play from the time you started watching the Raiders until 2 games before the end of the season. Him going to the Saints was not surprising to me at all, because I saw greater players and quarterbacks who won us championships and Super Bowls go to teams just like that, bro. And when they were still good, bro. I keep bringing up Kenny Stabler, who won our first Super Bowl, the Snake, the 1974 league MVP. The year that I became a Raider fan, Ken Stabler became the first Raider to ever be the MVP of the entire league. Won a Super Bowl in 76. And by 1979, 3 years later, was traded to the Houston Oilers for Dan Pastorini, who was a quarterback who wasn't even nowhere close to Snake as far as being a leader, a winner, just all of that, intangibles. So when I see Derek Carr, a guy who played for 9 years, didn't win a playoff game, played in one playoff game and didn't get it done, get traded or get pretty much pushed to the Saints, I'm not surprised. Because I've seen greater players, same shit happen. That's how that's how the Raiders do our guys. It's very seldom that a player who's all-time great retires as a Raider without going to another team. Why do you think Charles Woodson had to come back? Why do you think Charles Woodson was in his fucking prime, man? Do you guys know that he won a Defensive Player of the Year when he was with the Packers? Like, come on, man. That's the Raiders' MO, bro. We get rid of our guys. When we say once a Raider, always a Raider, that's pretty much an excuse to get rid of people, to be honest, man, if you want to think about it. It's like, man, you're a Raider regardless. Once you play for us, it don't matter if we trade you. It don't matter if we trade you for a can of Spam. It don't matter if we trade you for a warm beer. It don't matter if we trade you to whoever, dude. You're a Raider, bro. You're always going to be a Raider. But we're going to trade. We're going to get rid of you, man, while we can. While you're an asset. While you're something that I can get something for. I'm going to move you, bro. I'm going to move you, man. I'm going to move you, but you're still a Raider. Top of the Ram, Bolong, that was a sick-ass pass from Derek to Roberts. Yeah, that was bad pass. Henry Newsom, Steven Jackson was a beast. You hear that, Bolong? Okay. That was a good game. Anthony King, Bolong, Turbo, that game was back and forth the whole game. Turbo Ram says, why can't, that's why Derek Carr's my quarterback. I seen what he could do with a good arm. I seen every Raider game memories, papers can say whatever they want. Hey, man, every fan of every team can like who they want to like. Man, never let nobody bully you of what your choices are, bro. You know what I'm saying? Be a man. Stand on your own too, bro. Motherfucker want to be mad because you don't agree with him or you like what you like, man. Tell him fuck you, man. Fuck you. Fuck you, fuck your mama, fuck your grandmama. Sometimes you gotta tell motherfuckers because they think that you're supposed to like what they like. What the fuck I look like running up behind you, being like you? You're not even a success. How the fuck am I gonna look at what you're doing and copy you? Nah, dog. I'm my own nigga, man. I always been my own guy, bro. That's why I got my own channel. Instead of me being mad because I didn't agree with anything that these people were talking about when it came to the Raiders, I said, you know what? I'm just going to start my own shit. It's people who really believe in themselves will be the ones that start stuff. That be the ones that'll be the first person to do some shit. Be the first person to say something. Then you always have the people who don't have the balls to do their own thing, come in and try to tell you you're not doing it right. I'm like, motherfucker, you're not even a speck of shit in my toilet when it comes to what I'm doing. Okay? So don't worry about all that, dog. Okay? Rabin says Shaq the truth every time he gets on. Most underrated Raider YouTuber. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. And I'm going to be that way, man. Like, one thing about me, I could definitely tell you, and anybody that knows me personally, they'll tell you, man, Shaq is a real Raider fan. Like, I love the Raiders, bro. Like there's pretty probably not anything that the Raiders can do that'll make me not be a Raider, bro. I just, you know, God willing, I mean, God forbid, I should say. I mean, it would really take something really morbid for me not to be a fan of the Raiders, bro. You know, that's how far it goes, bro. Like I said, man, I've gotten fights, squared up with motherfuckers. A lot of shit, man, in my past, man, I wouldn't do now because I'm an OG. But when I was a young buck in Raider Nation, shit. Some of you guys, man, you see me in person and say some of the shit you say to me, man, you will be looking at the fucking bar stool up inside your fucking head, bro. Trust me, man, I done calmed down a hell of a lot in my life for good reason. You know, now I'm a family man. I ain't doing all that shit now. But shit, there was a time, man. You say some shit to me, man, it's on. Okay. Turbo Durant, Derek Carr's best year, yeah, 2016, man. 12-4, man. That was a good season, man. Rapping. Darkside, I need the Raiders to bring back the feel of what autumn win means, everything to me. That's new shit, ain't it? It ain't it, bro. But hey, it is what it is, man. I'm hoping for the best, man. I'm hoping Josh McDaniels proves me wrong. I'm hoping Dave Ziegler proves me wrong. I'm hoping that the four headless horsemen prove me wrong. I'm hoping that we can go 17-0. I hope we can run the playoffs. I hope that we can motherfucking win the Super Bowl and we be the first team since the 72 Miami Dolphins to go undefeated and win a Super Bowl on the Death Star, bro. I'll be the happiest I've ever been in my life, man. Raiders win the Super Bowl this year. As much as I don't like Josh McDaniels, as much as I don't like what's popping, we win the Super Bowl. That'll be the happiest that I've ever been in my life as a Raider fan, man. This next Super Bowl we win, if we were to win this year, will be the greatest Super Bowl victory of my life because I've waited so fucking long, man. I've waited 40 years, bro, for me to be a Super Bowl champion. That's longer than you guys been on the planet, bro. That would be the greatest when the Raiders win again. Whenever that is, when the Raiders win, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be on YouTube or you guys will be here. Just remember, when we win, you tell yourself, man, I know Shaq is motherfucking happy as fuck. I know he's probably running around the house screaming and hollering, kicking windows in. He's probably slapping his neighbors. The police is probably at his house. He's acting a fool. Because that's exactly what I would be doing, bro. I was spoiled growing up. Those of us that are OGs in the game, we're spoiled. Okay? The Raiders won 3 Super Bowls in 6 years. That's how dominant we were. In a 6-year period, we won half of the Super Bowls in a 6-year period, bro. Okay? So when I became a Raider fan in 74, when I was a little dude, 2 years later, I was a world champion. 76. Okay? 4 years after that, I was a world champion. 2 years after that, I was a world champion again, bro. I'm like, I won 3 Super Bowls in 6 years, bro. That was a dynasty. But since then, I haven't won shit. And neither have you if you were born after 1983. So, this next one we win, it's gonna be the greatest of all time, bro. God. Top of the Ram. It's a trip. I was watching every Raider game every Sunday at the bar with my cousins, drinking and celebrating our team in 2016. Yeah, good year, man. Till Carr broke his back. They have a second 2 favorite pre-red start games. Oakland when Carr goes to Crabtree in the corner pocket for the win, double overtime. I remember that. And DC's game against Cam Newton, Khalil ends with a bull rush sack. Good games. Good games. Turbo Duran talking to John Fonseca, man. John Fonseca knows his shit. Darcy Redson all saying about Burkett was a good player, not about the free agent stuff. Oh yeah, Greg Beaker. Man, there's a bunch of dudes that are just unprecedented, man. Greg Beaker was a good player that didn't get enough recognition. There's a bunch of guys, bruh, that didn't get the credit that they deserve, man. But Beaker was a solid linebacker, man. Solid, man. He was a guy that he wasn't missing tackles. He didn't take bad angles. He wasn't great in pass coverage, to be honest. But run coverage, solid tackler, good guy, man. Dark Side Raider, my most emotional moment as a Raider fan. Good or bad? I can say good and bad. My most emotional moment as a Raider fan was 17 Bob Trejo, man. Marcus Allen, 83 Super Bowl. This guy got the ball, pitch out, Jim Plunkett, one back to the 7 hole, runs over there, nothing's there, does a 180, runs back to back where he came from, shoots up the A gap, untouched, 74-yard touchdown, bro. In real time, in the Super Bowl against the Washington Redskins, a team that beat our fucking ass in the regular season, that was the number 1 offense in football, who I was told by at school, by all my Steeler homies, by all my Cowboy homies, by all my 49er homies, and by everybody else that hated the Raiders, that when I got back to school on Monday, because it was a Friday, because of Super Bowl Sunday, they were going to laugh and talk shit to me because the Redskins were going to fuck the Raiders up. And when I saw that it was over. That was the knife in the eyeball. I was going fucking crazy, bro. Because after that, we just fucked them guys up. We won 38-9, bro. When I got to school that Monday, my boy Bill Holloway, who comes on here, me and him went to high school together, so he's seen me in action that day. I couldn't wait to get to school. You know how it is when it's Christmas and you can't fucking sleep. Man, I couldn't sleep. I was just looking at the clock. I couldn't wait to get to school so I could find everybody that talked shit to me about the Raiders losing to the Redskins. Man, I walked on that campus, man. I was I was looking for these niggas. These motherfuckers saw me and fucking started running. I was like, yeah, motherfuckers, now what? 38-9, bitch. I was talking shit all day. That's my most emotional moment as a Raider fan because not one person could not say a fucking word to me all day. Nobody said nothing to me that wasn't a fan of the Raiders. If you weren't a fan of the Raiders, you weren't Raider Trey. Raider Trey also went to high school with me, so he's seen it too. There wasn't a lot of us. But everybody else avoided me like the fucking plague all day. I acted so much of a fool, I got called into the principal's office, bro. And the principal was like, hey, you gotta tone it down. We hear you screaming all through in the corridors, screaming and hollering and cussing and stuff. You're gonna have to chill. We understand, but I'm a Raider fan too, but you're gonna have to cut it. I was like, all right. So that's my favorite moment. Now, my most emotional moment as a Raider fan that was bad, 2002 Super Bowl, bro. Where Rich Gannon, who all these Raider fans tell me he's one of the greatest quarterbacks we ever had, threw 5 fucking interceptions and 3 pick sixes in a fucking Super Bowl against John Gruden and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, bro. That was my worst moment as a Raider fan. That's it. I don't even want to bring it up, dog. As much as I was up when we won against the Redskins, I fucking had fear that we weren't going to win against the Redskins. But when we played Tampa Bay, I had no fear. I knew we were going to win that. I said, man, we got this in the bag. Number 4 is in there. Tampa Bay's not better than us. It is when our quarterback can't fucking throw to his own team. So that's the answer. Running on 88, John Ritchie stayed with a broken nose. Bad boy John Ritchie, bruh. I love John Ritchie, man. I love John Ritchie. Him, Zach Crockett. Those are real Raiders, man. Those are real Raider running backs, man. Okay? Them 2 guys, those guys were real Raiders, man. I love those guys, man. But you're right. John Ritchie always had a broken nose. Tell Rand, I'm a Raider fan. I already know where to go with Josh McDummy and Ziegler. Waste of time. You're right. Turbo Durant talking facts. Turbo said, I remember when Charles Woodson went to Green Bay. I was so mad that day, man. But I wasn't as mad as I was when Marcus Allen signed with the Kansas City Chiefs. But I was so mad at Al Davis. I'm like, dude, Charles Woodson was franchise tagged 2 years in a row. This is why I know Josh Jacobs is not going to be a Raider too much longer, bro. Even if he's franchise tags, he's going to be gone in year 3. Because Al Davis did the same thing to Charles Woodson. He franchise tagged him 2 consecutive years, bro. And that 3rd year, he had to pay him. And when it came time to pay him, he's like, I can't pay. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Josh Jacobs is not going to be a Raider too much longer. Even if he signs 2 franchise tags, that 3rd year, he'll be out. Central Coast Raider. Chandler Jones needs to restructure his contract and tell Ziegler and Down to sign Jacobs some security and commitment. Be accountable. Lack of play making Chandler Jones. You would think that that's how people would do it. But in Chandler Jones's defense, you ever work with somebody, man? You ever had a coworker who really was a good employee, man, and he got let go, bruh? Did you guys form Voltron and say, hey, man, I'll take a little bit out of my check. He'll take a little bit out of his check. She'll take a little bit out of her check. He'll take a little bit out of his check. Bring him back, man, and have him work. You didn't do that. Who are we to tell Chandler Jones what he should do? But if Chandler Jones really is about that life, he should have went in and say, let me restructure my contract. How many people didn't restructure their contracts, bro? How come Jimmy Garoppolo ain't restructuring his contract? How come all these high-paying motherfuckers how come they're not restructuring their shit, bro? Because they don't give a fuck, man. It's like, hey, that ain't my problem. Okay? John Pasika, best defender that came over is Yannick Ngakoue. Yannick Ngakoue, how many years did he play for us, though? Better than Chandler Jones. I'll give you that one. But long as it's a shame the whole mystique of the Raiders gone, we need Shaq for a head coach. Hey, Raider Nation don't want me as a head coach, bro. You know why you don't want me as a head coach? Because I'm gonna do everything that's the truth. I'm gonna do the real shit, bro. I'm gonna do everything. If I was the head coach of the Raiders, I'm doing everything right, bro. I'm doing everything the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, people ain't gonna like it, man. They ain't gonna like it. They're not gonna like it at all. But I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna be like, hey, man, this is what it is. This is how we doing it. All this other shit, all you motherfucking Patriots, man, you guys gotta go, man. Unless you're producing. If you're a Patriot and you come over and you actually produce, you can stay because it's about production. But if you're over here collecting the check, you ain't doing shit. You gotta go, bro. Not done. Josh Jacobs, I become the head coach, GM. Josh Jacobs getting his bag. And he's gonna get his bag, bro. I'm gonna be the coach that's gonna say, hey, man, I need a running game, bro. Why are we trying to be like everybody else, bro? Why? Being like everybody else doesn't help the Raiders. The Raiders win by being themselves. The Raiders don't win by being somebody else. Doesn't work. Okay? We got to be us. All right? Howard Williams. Hey, man, Macomb, Mississippi in the house. What's going on? H-Dub was popping. Turbo Duran, I can see Shaq as offensive coordinator. Man, shit. Offensive coordinator, dog. I'm running the fuck out of the football, bro. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm running the fuck out of the football, dog. I'm gonna say we're gonna run the football till you stop it. I'm gonna be a running OC. Cause I understand, man. Time of possession. I'm gonna run it down your fucking throat, bro. Even if I have to bring 2 tight ends, I'm gonna run the ball and have me a fullback. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna make you stack the box. Then I'm gonna kill you with the pass. I'm gonna kill you, dog. I'm gonna be doing intermediate routes, getting my guys loose, and then I'm gonna be like, it's time for the double move. It's time for the sluggo route. It's time for us to throw the ball down the field, bro. I'm gonna stretch the field, but I'm gonna run the shit out of the football, bro. Trust and believe that. Okay. Turbo Duran. JD, didn't Woodson get a ring? Yeah. You got a ring with Aaron Rodgers. The only ring that Aaron Rodgers has. Turbo Duran. Stephen Gomez. I remember Steven Jackson played for Oregon State of Kansas. He was good in college. Bad boy. Bolon, Woodson got a ring as a cheesehead. Broke his collarbone in that Super Bowl. Yeah. Charles Woodson also got an interception in our Super Bowl when we lost to Tampa Bay. He picked off Brad Johnson. Remember that? Jerry Rice got loose in our Super Bowl. I think Jerry Rice scored 2 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. I think Jerry Rice scored 2 touchdowns in our Super Bowl that we lost in 2002. Okay. JD. Turbo Duran. Have you tried orange chicken at Yoshinoya Shack's pretty good? Nah, I haven't tried it yet, dog. I haven't tried it yet. Josh said, you're really trying to be efficient this go around. Cut costs and improve the roster, but not paying JJ is rough. Hey, dude. Like I say, man. The only person that cutting our budget down it worked for is Mark Davis. I don't care about how much stuff costs, bruh. I don't. I'm not a fan that counts pockets. I only would care about the salary cap if we were fucking competitive. Like if we were competitive and shit, like we make the playoffs every year, winning a playoff game is not a big deal. It's like how I was in the 80s and the 90s. Early 80s and early 90s. Okay? The Raiders made the playoffs all the time. Making the playoffs wasn't a big deal. Winning a playoff game wasn't a big deal. Okay? Even after we lost, won the Super Bowl in '83. We made the playoffs all throughout the '80s. Won Super Bowl, won playoff games. '90s, won to the playoffs, won playoff games. when we lost, what was it, 51-3 to the Bills. It was a conference championship game. Okay, if we were doing that, I would be concerned about how much money we're saving because we would have to compete. We would have to turn over our roster to be competitive. But we're the fucking in the accelerators every year, bro. Why are we saving money? For what? For what, bro? Doesn't make any sense. If it's your birthday, if your motherfucking ass is 300 pounds and you got a big ass birthday celebration, bro, they throw a surprise party for your fat ass. And your fat ass shows up and they have a surprise, and they got fucking cake and pizza and motherfucking barbecue chicken and shit and baby back ribs and all, and it's your birthday, and you say, hey, well, you know what, man, I'm gonna go ahead and just have a salad. I'm not gonna I'm kind of overweight. Have you noticed that I'm 370 pounds and shit, and I'm a fat bastard? So I'm gonna go ahead and have a salad. I'll just go ahead and have a salad with no dressing and no croutons and shit. You know what your people would say who went through all that trouble to motherfucking get you a cake and all that? They'd be like, come on, man, it's your birthday. It's your birthday, Bobby. Have a piece of cake. Have a piece of chicken. Have a drink. Nah, man, hey, man, I'm just going to go ahead and, I'm just going to have some plain ice water, man, and a piece of toast, man. I'm good. Who are you disappointing? Are you disappointing yourself or are you disappointing everybody else? That's how I look at the salary cap for the Raiders. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't care about saving money. We ain't winning. We ain't doing shit. Who gives a fuck? Hey, man, we saved $15 million. For what? How many wins did it get us? We saved $35 million. Oh, yeah? How many wins did it get us? Oh, man, we're saving $10.1 million by fucking not signing Josh Jacobs. How many wins are we going to get? Are we going to win a playoff game? Are we going to go to Super Bowl? Are we going, what the fuck? No, you guys are concerned about money that could be used to make us better. What do you think the money's there for, dog? The money's there to improve your team. But if you're always trying to not spend it, then you don't have a good fucking team. So all you guys are going to be bitching and complaining that we're not winning when you're the same people who said at the beginning of the season, hey, man, well, shit, we saved this and we saved that. I don't give a fuck, man. Go broke, bro. Go broke. Win me a Super Bowl and you have no pennies in your pocket, bro. That's what you want to impress me? Win me a Super Bowl and you tell me, hey, dog, my account is negative $10. I'll give you $10 fucking dollars, bro. Shit. If we can win the Super Bowl and Mark Davis called me and said, Shaq, you know what, dog? I done spent all my motherfucking money. My bank account is negative $1,000. I fucking swear I would give him $1,000, bro, to make his account. Make his account 0-0. I give him the money, bro. Or I would raise it. Hey, man, we got to give Mark Davis out of collections and shit. Because he just won us a Super Bowl. Go into collections winning me a Super Bowl, bro. It's been 40 years, man. I'm not going to sit back and give you guys no more time, man. I'm not giving you 3 years, another 4 years, 5 years, and all that shit. We're saving money. For what? You're walking around with holes in your shoes talking about you're saving money. Hey, dog, man, your whole big toe hanging out this motherfucker. Oh, dog, well, you know what shit, man. I'm saving money, though, man. I'm saving money, man. I'm saving money. Y'all just cheat, man. And if you're saying that, talking about somebody else's money who ain't your money, I know how your money is, dog. I know how you're living. You're living fucked up, dog. If your motherfucking ass is concerned about the Raiders' salary cap when we don't win shit, when we're in the cellar every fucking year, I know your life is fucked, dog. I know you're living in your mama basement down there with no heat and shit. I know you're down there and you got one light down there. I know that you fucking you're next to the water heater and shit. You when a motherfucker flushes the toilet upstairs, you hear all that shit because those pipes are right where you're at and shit. You and the rats and roaches are fucking partners, y'all homies and shit. You guys are splitting a fucking ramen meal. You motherfuckers are broke as fuck. If you're talking about the Raiders saving 15 million and saving this and saving that, you guys broke, dog. You gotta be broke. You gotta be. Okay? I don't even want to hear that shit. Not over here. Take your ass over to them other channels that are always talking about how much money we're saving and shit. I'm cool. Don't save nothing, bro. Go broke. Go broke. Winning the fucking Super Bowl. Go broke. Making the playoffs and winning playoff games. Go broke being competitive. Pay people, bro. That's how you become successful. You don't want to pay people. You want to be cheap and you think you're going to Billy ball this shit. You think you're going to, or what they call it, a money ball this shit. You're just going to fucking get a bunch of scrubs and we're going to win a Super Bowl. Tell me what team has won a Super Bowl with no stars, bro. Tell me who's winning. Who wins the fucking Super Bowl not paying nobody, bro? Nobody. No team wins the Super Bowl with nobody playing, bro. You got to have a Patrick Mahomes who's getting $500 million. You got to have a Josh Allen. You got to have you got to have somebody like that, an Aaron Rodgers. You got to have somebody who a Dak Prescott. You got to pay a motherfucker, dog. You guys are just broke ass Raider fans. You motherfuckers are broke. Okay? You broke as fuck, bro. I don't even want to hear that shit. I'm not even going to read them comments. You're talking about how much money we're saving. You're broke, bro. It's that simple. Okay? So that's how I feel about it, man. Trevor Duran got Shakey's Pizza last week. Hey, I bet. See you there, Shakey's, man. Darcy Red, I'm going to say this. Rod Martin, 53, Jaws in Philly. Oh, man. Rod Martin, bro. That Super Bowl, Dark Side Raider, I think we were a 16-point underdog. Another thing about all the Raiders Super Bowl wins, we were the underdogs in every game. Every Super Bowl we won, we were the underdog. And we were the underdog by double digits in every Super Bowl we ever won. We were an underdog against Fran Tarkenton and the Purple People Eaters in 76. We were a 16-point dog against Dick Vermeil, Wilbert Montgomery, Ron Jaworski, Harold Carmichael, what's his name? The coach that said, hello, you play to win the game. What's his name, man? Herm Edwards. Herm Edwards was on that team too. Herm Edwards was on that Eagles team that we beat. We were 16-point dogs in that game. And then we were also, I think we were 10-point underdogs against the Washington Redskins. So every team that the Raiders won a Super Bowl against, we were the underdogs, bro. Vegas and all the betting people were betting on the line over there, and we won. Bolon says Super Bowl 18 mini helmet on the logo on the side, 38-9 on the other. You already know, Bolon. That 38-9, Bo. I know you weren't around, Bo, but you could watch that shit on YouTube, bro. You don't even understand, man. Just total domination, man. And for me to be able to go to school and just cuss everybody out, bro. I cussed everybody out there that day. I had coaches. My coaches was talking shit. I cussed them out too, though. I didn't give a fuck. I was hyped. I'm like, yeah. They're like, all right, Shaq, you won the Super Bowl. Nah, fuck all y'all. Because I know if I would have lost, you guys would have been dragging me all day. See, I know that. See, it ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun bowl on. It ain't no fun when you're the one that gets to talk the shit. When you get to talk the shit, everybody wants you to tone it down, calm down, okay, we heard you, blah, blah, blah. But when you're the fucking person who's taking the L, when you're taking this, then that's when the shit is fucked up. That's when the tables are turned and they just ride you all day. Nobody's coming to your rescue. Nobody's fucking saying that's enough. They're just killing you, bro. So when you're up, rub it in their ass, man. Rub it in their face. Guy. Justin Rader. Cat said Turbo said barbecue grilled chicken sandwich on ciabatta bread at the Habit. That's a good idea, dog. There's a habit down the street. I may have to do that one. Okay. So I was watching True Lies movie the other day, man. Cool old day movie. Yeah, man. I've been watching these old movies, man. Watching these old action movies, man. Like I said, right now I'm watching Tom Cruise, um, uh, Ghost Protocol and shit. Watching this shit right now. Anthony King said Josh McDukey. His name will always be that. Turbo Duran talking Justin Rader. McDukey. Justin. I went there for lunch. I used to get a burger, but the chicken sandwiches are great as well. Yeah, I got to do that. The Habit got some good burgers, dog. Hey, Jason Rader, you ever get the Santa Barbara burger? That's my wife's go-to, man. I always just get the double burger, man. But that Santa Barbara, bro, Santa Barbara, I think it comes with avocado on it or some shit. Yeah, you guys are chopping it up, man. Talking Turbo around, talking around. John Fonseca, what do you think about laying down $100 to win $4,000 if DC wins the MVP? I think it's a good bet. Man. When I was in Vegas, I made a bet on the Raiders winning the Super Bowl. Do you guys know that every year I make a bet in Vegas for the Raiders to win the Super Bowl? Every year, I put a bet down for the Raiders to win the Super Bowl, bro. Every year. Because the odds are so fucking good. The odds are so good, bro. I think when I bet, I was at the MGM back in May. I put some money down, and I put some money down, dog. You know, you can see, I was gonna blow it anyway. So I put some money on the Raiders, bro. The odds for the Raiders winning the Super Bowl was 63 to 1, bro. 63 to 1, bro. So whatever I put down times 63, if the Raiders pull out the miracle in Vegas, whatever I put down, 63 fucking times I get that back. So hey man, so I think that Derek Carr win MVP $100. Hey man, you can't even buy a good dinner with $100, man. You and your girl, it's gonna cost them more than $100, man. You got family. Shit. Every time I take my family out, it's just me, my wife, and my 3-year-old. Shit, man, it's 120, dog. I'm like, fuck, dog. This 120, man. Shit. He eating up the kids menu. Kids menu's $20. He's like, so hey, man, $100 to possibly win 4,000. Just look at it as as a fun bet. Just look at it as entertainment, man. You know, if you look at it as if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna be mad. It's not worth it. But if you look at it like, hey, man, I just want to challenge myself and see if my hunches are right, and I put $100 down, and DC wins the MVP, I get $4,000. That's a reason to go to Vegas, bro. That's a reason to be like, hey, shit, I won 4,000, man. Cool. I bet on some shit that I was just fucking around having fun. But if you're gonna be betting your mortgage and your rent money, and you're gonna be betting your car note, and you're gonna be betting your daughter's college fund and shit, not a good idea. Henry, this was 2002. I was at my aunt's and us. I watched the Debacle Bowl. I was one of the only Raider fans there. Hey, Henry, it was horrible, bro. It was horrible, dog. It was the worst feeling I ever felt in my life, man. I was like, wow, man, this is what we're doing? It was bad, man. Toby Durant talking to Anthony King. He even said Jerry Porter caught a bomb in that Super Bowl. Jerry Porter. Yeah, man, Jerry Porter, I got a love-hate relationship with Jerry Porter, man. Every time Jerry Porter got me excited about something, Jerry Porter motherfucker would fuck up after, dog. Him and John Gruden were fucking fighting and arguing and doing all kinds of shit, dog. Yeah. So Ngakoue played 1 or 2 years for the Raiders. I think he played 1. I think Ngakoue played 1 year. So I can't even give him full credit for that. But he would have played good because he played good in Indianapolis. Turbo said, not really a fan against Rich Gannon. I can't stand Rich Gannon, dog. I can't stand that dude, man. Do I give him credit for when he played well? Yeah. He was a former league MVP. You got to understand there's only been 3 Raiders to ever be MVP the entire NFL. Raiders been in the league for 63 years, and out of 63 years, there's only been 3 Raiders. 2 of them in Oakland and 1 of them in LA. That's ever been the MVP of the entire NFL, dog. That just goes to show you how hard it is for the Raiders to do shit. Ken Stabler won in 1984. Marcus Allen won in 1982. Rich Gannon won in 2002, dog. That entire year, a 2002 season, Rich Gannon was playing lights out fucking football, bro. You think Derek Carr played well in 2016? DC played well enough to. He was voted on the MVP. He was got some votes for MVP. Okay, that year. Rich Gannon played one of the best years I ever seen a quarterback play that season, bro. I was loving that dude because Rich Gannon was a guy I hated because he was at Kansas City. I hated him when he was at Kansas City, dog. When John Gruden got him, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Because now I got to root for somebody I don't like, which is something that I've done in the past. Lyle Alzado, as much as we love Lyle Alzado, I was a kid when Lyle Alzado played for the Broncos before he went to the Raiders, and he would do all kinds of dirty shit to the Raiders. So I hated Lyle Alzado. Okay? So a bunch of players that I hated until they got to the Raiders, and then when they got to the Raiders, I loved them because I could see why it benefited me. Bill Romanowski was another dude I couldn't fucking stand. Because when he was with the Broncos, he was doing crazy shit against us. Okay? I think he spit in Crabtree's face, or he spit in one of those guys' faces. Somebody's face on our team. Okay? But when he came to the Raiders, I loved him. So Rich Gannon, I hated him. When he came to the Raiders and he started balling, and he balled in 2002, and he was killing everybody, and we were winning, I was like, man, we're about to win a Super Bowl, man. He was balling, dude. I was on his team. I'm like, man, get Rich Gannon was the shit. I was running around talking shit. Yeah, dog. Gannon. Yeah, Gannon. Yeah. It ain't gonna be y'all gonna fuck up sooner or later. All my homies, y'all gonna fuck up sooner or later. Yeah, but Gannon's balling and shit. I was like, yeah. Man, Rich Gannon got to the playoffs, played lights out football, bro. Got to the division game, lights out football. Got to the AFC Championship game, lights out football. We get to go to the Super Bowl. That Super Bowl week, I had all the 49er homies, Steeler homies, Cowboy homies. Yo, man, congratulations, man. We're going to already wish you congratulations, Shaq. About time, y'all. Y'all ain't won in like 20 years, man. Congrats, because y'all ain't going to lose to Tampa Bay. And my dumb ass. That's right. We ain't gonna lose to Tampa. We about to fuck Tampa up. We got this in the bag. We about to get number 4. Rich Gannon said, hold my beer. Let me show Shaq why we're not gonna win shit. I'm gonna make Shaq look so fucking bad that when the homies see you, you're gonna have to laugh that they're laughing at you, bro. And that's exactly what he did, dog. He didn't throw 1 interception. He didn't throw 2 interceptions. He didn't throw 3 interceptions. He didn't throw 4 interceptions. He threw 5 interceptions. He didn't throw 1 pick six. He didn't throw 2 pick sixes. He threw 3 pick sixes. Okay? This motherfucker had a 60% pick six ratio on his interceptions. 60% of his interceptions that he threw in that game were touchdowns for them. When that game was over, bro, my phone was ringing. I didn't answer it. Them motherfuckers came to my house looking for me, dog. Go. Oh, shit. What can I do, dog? Come on in, man. Let me have it, dog. I had to let all my boys let me have it. We told you, motherfucking ass, you was walking around here all year. See? I had to be humbled, bruh. I had to be humbled. I had to learn. That's why I don't like Rich Gannon, bruh. And then the next week, he plays lights out in the Pro Bowl and wins the MVP. I said, man, I can't stand this dude, man. Jason Rader. Jason Rader said, "Who'd you rather have, Jay Schrader or Jimmy G?" Oh, wow. Why did you throw that one at me? Jimmy G. I hate Jay Schrader that much, dog. Jimmy G, bro. Jimmy G hasn't even played for my team, and I'd rather have Jimmy G, bro. I'd rather have Jimmy G as an injured quarterback than to have Jay Schrader, dog. Wow, dog. That was a hell of a question, man. Darkside Raider, 51-3. I keep saying 52-3. 51-3 was an ass whooping, man. After the game, Bo got injured. I was gone from the silver and black for good. I hated that day. Hey, bro. That was another game that I got talk shit to. And you got to understand, everybody that was talking shit to me was not motherfuckers that were my homies. A lot of times we talking shit to motherfuckers and they talk shit, you be in a barbershop and shit, and motherfuckers be talking shit and you be like, hey man, I'm about to hit this motherfucker over the head with the fucking one of these lamps and shit. Like, that was another time, dog, when we lost to the Bills 51-3 and we fucking didn't even show up, bro. We got our asses. Jim Kelly and them motherfuckers was fucking us up, dog. And it was Jim Kelly, he was motherfucking Thurman Thomas. Bruce Smith was sacking the fuck out of us. Andre Reed was killing us. What was that little motherfucker that was the kickoff guy, man? Little fast little white dude, man. He was kind of like he was kind of like a Wes Welker, man, but he was a real small dude. I can't think of his name right now, man. They fucked us up, dog. I had so many people fucking laughing and shit. I said, but when they play the Giants, they're gonna get their ass whooped. Man, shit, Jeff Hostetler, man, them motherfuckers beat the shit out of them guys, man. I think it was him. I think it was what was that big ass running back they had? Rodney Hampton? Is it Rodney Hampton? Is it Rodney Hampton that played for the Giants? He was their running back, Rodney Hampton. The real LT, not LaDainian Tomlinson. The real LT. Lawrence Taylor. Harry Carson. All them dudes. Dude, the next time I saw them motherfuckers, I said, what happened to the Bills? Wide right. They're like, well. So yeah, dog. So that 51-3 was some shit. Okay. Tubby Duran said nothing against the past. People move on, but don't get enough time. Plus, he's not a girl, so it's a waste of time. Tubby Duran, you already know how to communicate with all the mods. You already know what it is. Dark Service, yeah, these cats playing Moneyball about to get work against the Chiefs, the Bills, and Bengals. Got to have time, big players, C-minus talent. Man, there's no professional sport that you do not need superstars, bro. These athletes are too good. These athletes nowadays are too good, you guys. You have to have stars. You have to have premier players in every sport, bro. You don't have premier players, you're not winning championships without premier players, bro. You're just not, man. Okay? The days have gone when you'll have a team. Like, let me see, the last team I can think of that won the Super Bowl with a sorry-ass quarterback and shit. That would be the 2000 Baltimore Ravens when they had Trent Dilfer as their quarterback against the Giants. See, I'm able to, it's not just Raider talk over here. I could talk NFL. Motherfuckers can't even fuck with me. I can talk about other teams because I'm a football fan. That was the last time you didn't have a quarterback that was a decent quarterback. He was just sorry as fuck. He was a game manager. He's the last game manager to ever win a Super Bowl because Ray Lewis and all those guys said, hey man, just don't turn the ball over. We got it. We got it, bro. You got to have let's name the last few quarterbacks that win Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes won a couple. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback. Matthew Stafford, he won a Super Bowl. He definitely is going to Hall of Fame. We can just go back and let's go back and look, man. Who's won Super Bowls? You had to have at least a premier quarterback. But shit. Now, man, come on, man. You got to have people that can get in there and get things done. You need playmakers. You need people who can make plays, bro. And you don't get people to make plays, it's going to be all bad. As why championship teams spend money for the best players. The Bartlow bus, you got to pay the best players. Hey, man, but these guys want to save money, John. These guys are talking about we saved, these motherfuckers is eating they eating a 7-Eleven frozen burrito instead of going to a Taco Bell and getting a motherfucking burrito supreme and shit. Talking about, hey man, I saved $1.50, dog. Why you eating that shit? Oh man, shit, I saved $1.50. Hey man, you don't think it would be better for you to have some fresh ground beef that's been made within the past 10, 15 minutes, fresh condiments and shit, spend the extra 150 cents. Spend the extra 150 cents to get you a real motherfucking burrito and shit? Nah, dog, shit, man. Saving money. You can't, these motherfuckers is broke, bro. They don't get it. Just I honestly don't think Carr has it takes to win a Super Bowl. He would need elite defense to make it happen. Hey, dog, I don't know who can win a Super Bowl, man. You know how many quarterbacks I didn't think was going to win a Super Bowl and they won a Super Bowl? A whole bunch of them, dog. A whole bunch of guys I didn't believe in. Think they was going to win a Super Bowl, bro. They won it. Okay? I'm just telling you, man. You never know what somebody can do, man. Sometimes you just get on a hot streak. Things happen, man. Okay? Double Durant. I'll come on YouTube when I have time. Yes, sir. Justin Rader. Citrus Coast Raider. Michael Bush from Louisville was a beast. Zach Crockett ran through motherfuckers on the goal line. Good times. Loved it. Okay? Plus Rich Gann is a DC hater because he broke his records with no congratulations extended to him. Like, bruh. I can't stand that dude, man. He talks like the Raiders like he actually did something, dog. Okay? For everybody says, well, shit, at least he won some playoff games. Okay, he won some playoff games, but he couldn't get us over the hump, dog. Like, he never won a Super Bowl, bro. He played worse in the biggest moment you could play. He played worse than DC ever played, bro. You don't go to the Super Bowl and throw five fucking interceptions and 3 pick sixes, bro, and then try to talk about somebody else. You need to be humble, bro. You need to be humble, dog. Can't stand that dude, man. Okay? Talk too much, man. I would like him better if he didn't talk so much shit. I'm like, why are you talking so much shit like you actually won us something? You didn't win us nothing either, bro. Be humble, dog. Okay? I can't stand that guy, dog. Equalizer 3 coming later this year. I can't wait, bro. I was telling my mother-in-law about that, dog. I said, man, shit. Who's excited? What other actor that's 68 years old would you be excited about seeing in an action movie? Denzel Washington is 68, bro. Sylvester Stallone's 74, and your ass ain't excited about seeing him being in some shit. But you excited about Denzel. So that's going to be great, man. I can't wait. Turbo Durant said Michael Bush, I remember him. Jason Raider, I work a lot. Yep. Turbo talking it up. Darkside Raider, Anthony Smith. Yeah, 94. Yeah, he was a good player too, man. Bolong, all right, man, go get that paper, Bolong. All good. I know in Chicago, man, it's 2 hours ahead. Turbo said Raider Ben's the type of person he beat with some money, have people go against me and tell, hey, I don't even know who Raider Ben is, man. You guys must be talking about everybody else. Michael Bush, yeah, he was good. Michael Bush was cool. His problem was getting hurt. Josh Jacobs be like another Allen Iverson. Practice. We talking about practice. Come on, practice. Hey, dog, he's not getting paid to go to practice. Allen Iverson was getting paid for practice. That's the difference. He ain't getting paid, dog. Like I said, man, why go in there and practice, man? You ain't getting paid. Okay. Justin Raider. Okay. Derek Burgess. Yeah, I like Derek Burgess. Player during the Warren Sapp. Cupcake crumbs at fat ass motherfucker. I can't stand Warren. Fat ass, greasy ass Warren Sapp, man. Fat ass nigga, man. Coming over here stealing money. Okay. So I'm gonna say this. I bet you, if you bet on the Raiders win the Super Bowl, that means you're a millionaire, man. Not quite, but I'll be looking really good. Raiders win the Super Bowl, bro. My pockets is gonna be really nice. Very nice, bro. I'll be there in the morning, dog. Getting my motherfucking money, dog. Trust and believe. Okay. I said Amari Cooper was a good wide receiver. Yeah, when he caught the ball, man, I called him Butterfingers Amari Cooper, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like throwing dice. Is he gonna catch it? He's wide open, but is he gonna catch it? Could run a route, but his hands, dog, suspect. You know what I'm saying? You can see he is now a journeyman. As much as everyone loved him, he's a journeyman, dog. He's a journeyman now. Huh? Rex Ibanez, Rich Gannon progressed for the years leading up to the Super Bowl. Yep, he did. Turbo ran, I'm high off my dime pen. I know you bent, dog. You always been. Anthony King talking to Turbo. He asked who was his favorite quarterback. He said DC. He did. But like I said before, these guys respect Amari Cooper so much, but they don't respect that he said DC's his favorite quarterback when he's playing with a whole Dak Prescott. Like I said, man. Guy. Shaq, do you remember when Romo cracked Marcus Williams' eye socket with the Raiders practice? Yep. I remember that. But I also remember when he spit on one of the players' face. Okay? You got to watch the new Mission Impossible, Shaq. Great movie. I will, dog. I will. I just haven't had a chance to go, man. Yeah, Mission Impossible, man. I've been watching them all week, man. Love Mission Impossible. Steve Tasker. Thank you, dog. Man, Darkside Raider, me and Darkside Raider cut from the same cloth, man. We cut from the same cloth. Because I say some shit I can't remember and he'll come up with the name. Steve Tasker, bro. That dude was balling until he played the motherfucking Giants and shit. Steve Tasker was acting a fool against us. He was killing us, bro. Steve Tasker was fucking us up, dog. I'm like, why is this guy? Yeah, Bo got hurt in the Bengals game, man, in L.A. He got hurt in the Bengals game in L.A., man, right here in the L.A. Coliseum, dog. Okay. Oh, my God. That might have been my worst moment, too, man. But I didn't know it was that bad. It just looked like he might have sprained his ankle. But Anthony King. Lou Cooper had the best season with Derek. Don Beebe. Him, too. Tasker and Beebe. Oh, my God. Those two dudes was acting a fool against us, man. But when they played the Giants, the motherfuckers forgot how to play football, dog, when they played us. Okay. I mean, when they played the Giants, they forgot how to play football. When they were playing us, man, they acting like they're playing against the JV team. They're fucking us up, dog. Horrible, dog. Real bad. I'm flicking through these channels. White Boy Rick. I don't know if I might see that. John Wick 3, Parabellum. Oh, shit. We started at the beginning. Woo, about to watch John Wick 3. Because I already seen John Wick 4. I'm about to watch John Wick 3 from the beginning with no sound, bro. Okay, there he is, John Wick 2. There's he running off. Running through Central Park and shit. I love John Wick, man. Anthony King, Otis Anderson. He won the MVP on that Super Bowl. O.J. Anderson, man. When he was with the Cardinals. Yeah, Otis Anderson, man. But there was another big back. I think it's number 27. Rodney Hampton. Was it Rodney Hampton? Number 27? There was another back, though. Rex Ibanez did everything we practiced for. Coach at the time, Gannon played on autopilot when they knew we were going to play against Gruden in the Super Bowl. They wanted to change plays. Man, cutthroat Bill Callahan didn't even change the play calling, man. Just ran the same fucking offenses. Didn't change nothing. Didn't change the signs of nothing. Gruden was letting them know what they were doing before they did it. Oh, he's throwing to the flat. But the thing about it, Gannon still threw those fucking passes, bro. Are you reading the defense, Rich Gannon, or not, bro? Horrible. Just a Raider. Talking about Turbo. Talking to Turbo. You guys are talking about, yeah, Don Beebe, bro. Said a lot of people want Carr back. Hey, man, Jimmy Garoppolo don't play, and you over there, you got Brian Hoyer. You'll find out. Okay. Kid Morton Jr. when he injured Napoleon McCallum. Yeah, that was, yeah, man. But Napoleon Callum came back, man. Fortunately, Shaq has moved you up on my top 4 cat on Mount Rushmore Raider content creator. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Salute, my brother. Hope your subs keep growing. Let me tell you this, John Fonseca. Okay, let me pause this, dog, because this is John Wick 3 and shit. I gotta watch this. Let me tell you something, John Fonseca, man. You putting me up on the top 4 Mount Rushmore. I don't know who your other 3 are, but I'm going to tell you who better be up there, and that's Hondo Carpenter, dog. Hondo Carpenter better be up there, bro. I'll tell you that. Okay, I don't know who the other 2 are. That's your decision. But I'll tell you right now, Hondo Carpenter better be up there, dog. Because Hondo like me, dog. He don't care about nothing but the facts and the truth, dog. He don't care about none of this popularity. He don't care about how many subs you get and how many minutes people are watching and all that shit. Hondo gonna tell the truth, just like I'm gonna tell the truth, dog. Okay, so if he ain't up there, bro, you need to keep me up there, though. Fuck all of that. But kick one of them other cats off, because Hondo's the real deal, dog. He got all the inside info. He ain't scared to say nothing. He gonna tell you everything. And that's a guy who I know when he says some shit, I'm like, I agree with him, dude. I be agreeing with him. I'll be like, yeah, and yeah. So if y'all see Hondo, y'all talk to him, tell him, man, Shaq over here, Matthew Shaq Unfiltered, tell him he a real one, dog. And tell him thank you for your service for Raider Nation and the rest of us out here, man, as far as the truth being told, man, because there's going to be a few of us that are going to tell the truth, whether it hurts your feelings or not. We're gonna tell the truth and shame the motherfucking devil and shit. So I'll say that. But thank you, bro. Dark Spirit, I'm going to need you to replace Patrick Graham on the Raiders D coordinator. We need pride and poise back. Man, the first thing I would do, man, on the defense, man, is I wouldn't play so much zone, man. I mean, the reason why I wouldn't play so much zone is because we don't have the talent to play zone. Okay? I would be trying to mix up my coverages and try to play a little bit more man, because all people do is sit down in coverage, bro. That's all they do. If you think about how Travis Kelce kills us. Travis Kelce kills us by just going out 5 to 7 yards, sit down in coverage, and then he runs for additional 5 to 7 yards. That's what he does, bro. He's not burning us long down the field. He's just killing us in the center of the field because we're so spread out and we don't have the talent to close. We don't have the closing speed to close out those gaps. Mahomes is just like, man, shit, I'm picking the Raiders apart, man. They can't cover nobody because they're not covering anybody. They're covering an area. So I would mix up my coverages, dog. I would be like, okay, we're going to run some man. I would rather get toasted for a big gain every once in a while to keep Mahomes and Justin Herbert and Russell Wilson, keep them honest, bro. I would change up my defense, be like, man, they're actually going to run or look like I'm running a cover, and then I would just jump into man. I'm like, hey, man, we're going to jump into man on this play. Man, they were running man. Because then it's like, man, you just don't get to sit down in coverage, bro. You're not just going to go out, do a button hook route, sit down 5 to 7 yards down the field. By the time we tackle, you already got a 13-yard gain and shit. Or you run out of bounds like Kelce likes to do. Run at an angle, catch the ball, look around, go to the sideline that has the least amount of defenders, go that way and get an additional 7 yards. Run out of bounds and don't get hit. Or hope that you come late, hit me late, 15 yards added on to the... See, that's the problem, bro. Anthony King said, facts on Cooper Shack. Hey, man. Amari Cooper, bro. Shit, man. Butterfingers, man. That dude, man. He had Hall of Fame talent. But his hands, he didn't have Hall of Fame hands, man. And the big plays that he would make, the next week he would disappear, bro. Case in point, Anthony King. Like I said, man, I don't have a lot of Raider friends because I grew up in an area that we had a lot of fans of a lot of other teams and shit. So like the majority of my friends, my boys, they're 49er fans, bro. Like I don't have a lot of Raider friends, like people that I went to school with, I grew up with. I see them infrequently or whatever. But as far as like my close homies, like, let me see. One's a Bears fan. Second team's the Niners. Saints, Ravens, Buccaneers. These are the people who were groomsmen in my wedding. I didn't even have one Raider fan being a groomsman in my wedding, bro. All my tried and true homies are all fans of other teams. Okay? But they're real ones. If we was on the street and somebody jumped out and tried to fight, I know all these motherfuckers with all their different jerseys would be fucking fighting with me. And I got Raider fans who I've known my whole life who would run like hoes. So when it comes to their football teams, they might be a little touched this shit. You know, they might be out there, y'all niggas is touched. But when it comes to being real motherfuckers, fuck a football team. So I'm saying all that to say, when you're a guy who is much loving a team as much as me, you're not going to see eye to eye with people who even love the team you love, bro. A lot of motherfuckers don't agree with me, bro. They don't agree with me. I got people on here who want to try to talk shit thinking that that's getting at me. It's like, dude, like, you talking shit, you're a nobody, bro. Trying to be a somebody. I'm going to say what it is, the truth, dog, regardless. And if it pisses a Raider fan off, it pisses a Raider fan off, dog. I'm not here to piss you off. Trust me, I'm not saying shit to make you mad. I'm saying shit because it's more important for us to understand what's going on than for you to be happy about what I'm saying, dog. And that's what it is. And you can't respect me saying what's best for the team and what's best for us as a collective family, then you could be mad all day, bro. I piss my family members off with shit I say, man. Like I said, I'll be like, hey, man, all that shit you doing out in them streets, man, it's making the family look bad and shit. Be like, that's Christmas, man. Why you should, man? I don't give a fuck if it's fucking Christmas. It's the first time I seen this motherfucker, dog. Like, I take you outside and be like, look, dude, like, grandma's at church and people are looking at her crazy because you're running around here doing this. I'm that nigga, dog. Like, fuck all of that. Fuck being popular, man. If I could be popular and be myself, so be it. But if I have to not be myself, I don't want it. Trevor Durant says, crazy how the Cowboys are sticking with Dak Prescott. Who's out there, dog? Like, to be honest, man, there's not that many great quarterbacks in the NFL, man. To be honest. I think they're doing what they should do. Dak Prescott's only 31, 32, something like 30? What else can he do? Justin Ray said, my favorite Raiders wide receiver is Timmy. Good guy. Love Tim Brown. Whereas imagine Tim Brown's number if he played quarterback for the rest of the majority of his career. He'd have Jerry Rice's numbers, dog. He had over 1,000 1,000 catches with mediocre quarterbacks. Trevor Brown said, hey, man, you think the Lions have a chance to upset the Chiefs first game of the season? Yeah, they have a chance, but it's a slim chance. I like the Lions. The Lions are a young team that they play hard, bro. They just don't have the talent, but they play hard, bro. They have a chance, but it's a slim chance. Okay? But we'll see. I mean, somebody's got to lose. No one's running the table, so it can happen. Running on said Callahan changed the game plan according to Rod Woodson. Shit, didn't look like it. Old man Hoyer, you're right. Anthony King, good Rockstar Raider, man. Good CB had was T-Mac. Yeah, man, we had a bunch. Terry McDaniels was the man. You said T-Mac, and I said Terry McDaniels. How you think I know? Now people say T-Mac. Oh, Tracy McGrady? Nah. Terry McDaniels. Okay. Lionel Washington. So what do I think about Raider Honcho? I don't watch them. I can't comment on people like that. I told you who I like. I like Hondo. I don't really know who to like when it comes to these other guys, bro. Anthony King said we ain't had no defense in a long time. Facts. Dark Side Raider, shout out to Wayne Mabry. You already know, Big Bro, aka the Violator. Big supporter of Big Shaq and the Unfiltered Fam, without question, dog. You were here when he was on here, dog. Like I said, man, for all the people that want to talk shit, when you see Violator on here, dog, come on, man. What more is that he's telling you? He's telling you what I'm saying is facts. You think I care about your dry dick ass? You don't ever get no ass at all? I ain't worry about you, dog. Okay. His rest of Dark Side. Patrick Graham needs more passion on the sidelines. Last motivation. Say he's all right. Turbo Raider. Turbo Duran. Anthony Cancer follow so many Raiders. You tell him only watch 2 now. This one a Wi-Fi Willie, another dude, dog, another guy. See, man, the guys who, like I said, man, there's guys who was on point. Okay, Wi-Fi's another one. Wi-Fi Willie on point, bro. He's another guy, man. You want my respect as a Raider content creator? Stop motherfucking acting like you didn't say what the fuck you said before, and when the shit doesn't happen, you act like it didn't happen, bro. I hate that shit, man. I seen that shit happen all the way up, dog. All the way up from this previous season all the way up to now, dog. All these people telling you shit that never fucking happened, and then when it didn't, they didn't even say, "Hey, man, my bad, bro." They don't even have enough respect for you guys to say, "My bad, I fucked up. Yeah, I said blah blah blah. Hey, I was wrong." They just act like they never said the shit, dog. We're getting Tom Brady. Wrong. Didn't even say, "Yo, man, my bad. We're not getting Tom Brady." Never said shit. Moved on to the next guy. Oh, we're getting Aaron Rodgers. Didn't get Aaron Rodgers. Never came to y'all, said, "Hey, man, you know what? Hey, subscribers, hey, man, I got it wrong, bro." Every time they get it wrong, they don't fucking say shit, bro. But some of us don't get it wrong in the first place. Okay? I said we weren't getting Brady. I said we weren't getting Rodgers. I said this wasn't happening. That wasn't happening. I said all that shit, bro. I told you Jimmy Garoppolo was going to be a Raider right here. Ask William Boozer when I said a week before it happened, get ready to get your Jimmy Garoppolo jerseys. I was the only Raider content creator who called it definitively a week before it happened, bro. Nobody did that but me. Next thing you know, Jimmy Garoppolo's signed, and everybody who heard me said, "Shaq, you said a week ago that we were getting Garoppolo." So I told you. That's the point, bro. But Wi-Fi Willie's not one of those guys, and neither is Hondo Carpenter, bro. Dark Side Raider, Anthony King, One Raiders channel, Matthew. Good vibes, appreciate you, man. Unknown Raider guy, my dog was popping, man. Salute to all you guys on here, man. Howard Williams, check you telling the truth. Been a Raider fan since '75, spreading the word, my brother. Hey, man, 75. I was already a fan for like 1 year, so we in the same era, bro. We all became champions at the same time, Howard Williams. I had a guy on here yesterday, man. He said he had been a Raider fan since '67. So he said he's 67 years old. He became a Raider fan when he was 12 years old, and he became a Raider fan at 67. I'm like, damn, dude, you've been a Raider fan longer than I've been alive. I've been a Raider fan longer than a lot of you guys have been alive, but this guy's been a Raider fan longer than I was alive. I've been a fan 49 years. This guy's been a fan fucking 56 years, bro. I'm like, wow. I'm like, that's a long time, dog. But you know what I told him? He said, "I'm a double OG." He called himself a double OG. He says, "I'm a double OG." I said, "Yeah, dog, you a double OG. Thank you for your service, bro. But I said this, dog. But we all became Super Bowl champions at the same time." Same with you, dog. You came in a year before I came, a year before the Super Bowl, and I came in 2 years before. But when we won that Super Bowl, we all won it at the same time, dog. And that's what it is. That's what it is. Underrated guy. Topic: what's your opinion about the house being raided? Tupac's murder. You think it might be solved? I heard about that, man. The guy Keefy D, who is he's a legendary gang member that out here in LA. I can't call it at this point, man, because Pac's been dead since 95. 96. You know how I remember Pac died on September 13th, 1996. And the reason why I know that is because my birthday's September 18th, September 18th of that year. So Pac died 5 days before my birthday. That's how I remember the date. Okay. And that was a long time ago, dog. So if they find something, what kind of evidence is going to be there that's going to implicate somebody outside of something that's maybe written down, or somebody's crazy enough to write down how it happened, a confession or a diary, or Something like that, man. But damn, man, it's been fuck. It's been 25 years, bro. Like, we'll see, man. We'll see, dog. I can't call it, man, but it seems kind of far, bro. Okay. Darkside Raider said Hondo is a true professional, always respect. Let me tell you what really put me over the hump with Hondo. I always respected him, but I had nothing but respect after this. That article that he had, that he broke down the entire Derek Carr situation from Gruden to McDaniels, and he broke all. I mean, he broke that entire article down, where he had quotes, where he had people saying shit. He didn't say, I can't say nobody's name. I don't. He had everybody's name in there. He had, when Josh McDaniels said that he could make a high school quarterback into an all-pro, he quoted everything. I'm like, damn, dude. This guy did not pull a punch. He gave us everything. If you haven't ever seen that article, go find it and read it, bro. He broke everything down. What the mood of the locker room was, how they were feeling about DC, this and that, and after this game, and Josh McDaniels' reaction after Derek Carr changed the play against the Seahawks, and this and that, and Ziegler and all of that. I'm like, man, this guy broke everything down without no remorse, without no caring about nobody, worried about what somebody's gonna say. I'm not gonna get access. Nobody's gonna invite me to the party and shit. He didn't care about none of that, dog. I'm like, man, salute to him for telling us everything that we didn't even know and they didn't want us to know. I know Raider guy. So Raider Honcho is the George Washington, the coolest cat up there. Oh, okay. That's cool. Why, you the big Teddy Roosevelt? That's cool. I don't have a problem with it, dog. However you put it up there, dog, it's all good. Okay. I appreciate it, man. Teddy Roosevelt was a hell of a president, dog. Okay. We wouldn't have state parks if it wasn't for Teddy Roosevelt. Shit, Teddy Roosevelt created the state park system. Okay, that's why you have Yellowstone Park, and you have all these state parks and all these national parks and shit, because Teddy Roosevelt did all of that, dog. I'm also a historian. Don't get it fucked up. Pac's not alive. He said Pac's not alive. Dark Side, Raiders showing love, then it doesn't matter. None of these haters say every. That's the point, dog. These dudes will never get a what's up from Violator, because Violator don't even know you, dog. You're talking about a man who's in the NFL Hall of Fame as a fan, bro, of our team, bro. And he hits me on IM all the time, dog. I talk to him all the time, man. He hits me up, Shaq, blah, blah, blah. Hey, what's up, man? Sends me, he's a very spiritual man. He sends me Bible scriptures. He sends me updates, things that are going on. Wayne Mabry, bro. He's a real one. Okay? He's a real one, bro. That's my big bro. And like I said, any of you little poot butt little bastards, there's nothing that you can do to get my attention, bro. Like, you might as well just crawl in a corner and die somewhere. Nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna look for you. When you're not here, nobody's wondering where you're at. Okay? You're not a Turbo Duran. You're not a Dark Side Raider. You're not an unknown Raider guy. You're not a Turbo Duran. You know what I'm saying? You're not a John Fonseca and shit. You know, and salute to all y'all that's on here. You know, Winnington Thomas and all y'all people who come here all the time. Even Dr. Van. Where's Dr. Van Nostrand? He's not even a Raider fan. He's a Broncos fan, and he gets more respect than you shit-talking motherfuckers, because he actually comes in and contributes to the group. You don't have to be a Raider fan. My boy Dallas Cowboys, my boy D Cowboys is on here. My boy XT, 49er fan. Like, you don't have to be a fan of the Raiders to support this channel, because this ain't no Raider channel. All you got to do is be a participant. You come over here, you chop it up, man. We have good conversations, man, and we have a good time. But there's always going to be some dick in the booty ass cat come over here and say some shit that he shouldn't be saying, bro. God. And Richard telling the truth. You know what it is. God. Yeah, man. Jacob's going to do a Khalil Mack move. Okay. Paul Bustamante, so let's hear it from you. How are we starting the first 6 games? Shit, who's our quarterback, Paul? I would feel more comfortable if I knew who our starter was. We're the only team in the AFC West that doesn't know who's going to start. From what I was told, Jimmy Garoppolo's the starter, but I'm smart enough to know that the best availability, best ability is availability, and if he's not available, then that means we're going to start Hoyer, or are we going to start Aiden? Who's our quarterback? I can't predict that not knowing who our quarterback is, bro. Can I have a quarterback? Could I have a definitive starter? Nah, because Josh McDaniels is so smart. Okay. Salute to Jeff Yeager. Yeah, Jeff Yeager. Yeah, Jeff Yeager. Is it Yeager or Jager? I think it's Yeager. Jeff Yeager. He was on point, bro. Shit. I go back further than that, man. Earl Man. Y'all remember Earl Man? Let's see how old you guys are. Do y'all remember Earl Man? Earl Man, the kicker. Okay. George Blanda. Guys that didn't even kick soccer style. They kicked straight like this. Earl Man, when I was a kid, he didn't kick soccer style. He kicked straight up, walk up, kick it. Earl Man, number 14 and shit. Lucero said, you did call Jimmy G. Lucero's right here, bro. That proves right there, man. Lucero Branch proves that I called Jimmy G being the quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders a week before he signed. And because he was here when I said it. Man, you know, people like, Shaq, you crazy. We're not signing him. I said, man, get ready. I said, buy your Jimmy G jerseys. He's going to be a Raider. Next thing you know, Jimmy G signed. Lucero said, like everybody else who was here, I called that, bro. Nobody else called that. Not one Raider content channel from the Raider Roundup to whatever the fuck, whoever you want to name. Not one of them said what I said and was right. Okay. Dark Side. Yeah. I don't know Raider guy talking to Turbo Duran. All them winners are Raider. That's the new shit reflection of that. Great Al Davis. Miss that old man, dude. Miss that old man, Al Davis, man. Man, it was great growing up. It was great growing up in Oakland at that stadium with John Madden on the sidelines and Al Davis standing there with his pompadour and his fucking granny glasses and shit. And we just winning, bro. We just winning. Having our way with the NFL, dude. And if we didn't win the Super Bowl, it had to go through us, man. All those Super Bowls that the Steelers won, they had to fuck with the Raiders, bro. You had to fuck with us. You weren't winning. You weren't walking to a bowl without fucking with us, dog. Wasn't happening. When Miami had to walk through us. Steelers had to walk through us. All the AFC teams that won the Super Bowl in the 70s outside of the Kansas City Chiefs in that's 1969. That don't even sound that's the Super Bowl 4. That's 1969. So or Super Bowl 1969 and 70. Every AFC team that won the Super Bowl in the 70s had to go through the Raiders. Miami won. They won 2 Super Bowls, including an undefeated season. The Pittsburgh Steelers won 4 Super Bowls. And who else won a Super Bowl in the AFC in the 70s? That's it. There's only 3 AFC teams that win in the 70s. The Raiders, Steelers, and the Dolphins, bro. Everybody else that won was NFC teams. No. The Colts won, but I think that was 71. So that's not true. So Colts, but they didn't have to go to the Raiders because the Raiders weren't good yet. I think Stabler didn't become the starter till 72, if I ain't mistaken. All right, keep moving. Because historically, the Raiders have always had the best kicking game. We dominated. We always had a good kicker and a good punter. Shit, yes, we did, man. We got the only punter in the Hall of Fame as Ray Guy, bro. Harry Williams said, hell yeah, I know Raider guy. Sarah Branch, that's what it looked for. Kings, that's what he said. That's right. I don't know. Could be wrong. Heard it before. Yeah, I heard about that too, though. I've just started dropping content on Facebook Live, man. Watched a few content creators. Shaq's my favorite one. Appreciate you, Dark Side Raider, man. Let me know when you on Facebook Live. That's how I got started. I got started on Facebook Live, man. I was really kicking ass on Facebook Live, man. And then I had some issues with Facebook. Facebook was trying to figure out how they could make money off of me, and didn't work out, So I stopped doing it over there. Turbo Duran talking about Tupac was gonna die. He called his friends over and gave most of his friends pictures. It was tripping out. Yeah, man. I saw Tupac. I saw Tupac 2 weeks before he died here in LA, bro. I was still living in the Bay Area, man, but I used to come down here for certain type of conferences and meetings and stuff, man. And I saw the last time I saw Tupac over the last 3 months of his life. I saw Tupac 2 times here in LA. Because I used to be in all the spots that Pac would be at. The last time I saw Tupac, he was at the bar and at a club in Westwood over there by UCLA, and it was a club, it was a high-rise restaurant that was on the top of, I can't remember the name of it, but it was a club that was like a rooftop restaurant, and they turned it into a club at night. And I went over there, man, because some of my homegirls, they were hostesses over there and shit. I always knew the baddest females and shit, get a nigga in free wherever. So I came down to LA. They said, you need to come through the spot tonight. It's going to be banging, blah, blah, blah. We're going to have, all the death row artists hangs out in there, Snoop and all them in there. Got me in. And I saw Tupac, and he was at the bar talking to Tiny Lister, a.k.a. Debo. Him and Debo were at the bar. Okay? Anybody that knew what was going on with the East Coast, West Coast situation knew that Pac, they were out to get Pac in LA. The gangs were after him because he was riding with Suge, and he was B-dogging, aka Bloodin', and the Crips he was having issues with that, and then the East Coast shit. So Pac was at the bar with Tiny Lister, leaning over the bar table with his back to the door. Okay? You would think a guy who was being threatened as much as Pac was would be leaning up against the bar, turned around, leaning up against the bar, facing the crowd, holding your drink, leaning up against the bar, topping it up with Debo. Not Pac. He was turned around with his back turned, and so was Tiny. You could have easily walked up on Pac, and he wouldn't even have known it. But that's how much of a gangster he was. That's how locked in he was, bro. He wasn't running around scared. He didn't have security with him. He was by himself, walking around, talking to females, slapping hands with people, all that shit, bro. And I was like, Pac don't look like he's worried about what's being said. Don't look like he's worried about it at all. And that was 2 weeks before he died. A narrator guy, Adams might be gone. Facts. Said, full interview of Pac's biological pop Billy Garland on YT right now. Definitely worth it. Yeah, I heard about that, man. Rudy Flores, right on, brother. So September 10th, 1955, been a random practice since 73 when I went to the Marine Corps. Hey, man. Thank you for your service, man, in the Marine Corps, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, much respect for the armed forces. All my family, everybody, military up the ass, man. Nothing but respect, man. But you picked the right team, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because Al Davis built the Raiders based on the Citadel football team military, bro. And he was a assistant coach with the Citadel. He even took silver and black colors from the Citadel, military. Ran it like a military operation, dog. You know. So, hey, man, salute to you, big dog. And the Raider guy said, Violator's a legend. Yep, and he's also my big bro. Sarah, man, Jacob's going to get his money in dip. I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame somebody, man, who's being told they ain't want it, man. You know what I'm saying? You know how a lot of my homies, man, are behind the wall, man, because they didn't leave when they were told to leave, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to leave before shit goes down, bro. Sometimes you can't stay until motherfuckers show up. Trust me, man. A lot of us is from them areas and from them blocks and shit. When motherfuckers say, man, it's time to go, dog, and your ass is like, nah, fuck all of that. I ain't going nowhere. You better fucking have the firepower to deal with that shit. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with leaving if they ain't there, bruh. Motherfuckers left. I'll be back, man. I'm getting my niggas. Better leave. Hey, dog. I think it's time to go. Ah, man, fuck these motherfuckers. We staying. And I'm looking and I'm seeing 3 people. Man, don't stay where you're not wanted, man. Leave. God. Everybody said I knew Wayne from the early 2000s. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I said, better Jimmy's healthy. We start to roll. Zamir White, Britton Brown. We will go 500 with his roster. We'll see. Cyril, hey, once again, you said he was damn. He's right. Hey, dude, ain't nothing wrong with being right, bruh. I love being right. Turbo said, if Al Davis was alive, no way he's hiring ex-Patriot coaches. Not like this. Nah. Al Davis would hire somebody from outside. You got to remember, John Gruden came from the Eagles. John Gruden was an assistant. His father worked for the Niners. He came up through the Niners, and he went and became an offensive coordinator with the Eagles. And he hired John Gruden. He didn't hire from within because he liked his mind. So do I think that Al Davis would hire a Patriot? Yeah, but I don't think he'd hire Josh McDaniels. I don't think he'd hire that guy because Josh McDaniels hasn't. I don't think that he's an offensive genius at all. I don't think John Gruden was a little. He was Kyle Shanahan before Kyle Shanahan. He was Sean McVay before Sean McVay. Those guys are brilliant. Sean McVay he's brilliant, bro. Kyle Shanahan is brilliant too, but the problem with Kyle Shanahan is that he fucking forgets that what he did to get him there. He always fucks up when the pressure's on. But John Gruden was those guys before that. If John Gruden would have never got into a beef with Al Davis and Al Davis just would have sat down and let John run the team, we would have won a Super Bowl with Gruden, bro. We would have won a Super Bowl, man. That team that Bill Callahan took to the Super Bowl was Gruden's team. Okay? We would have won a Super Bowl if he would have been able to be the coach without being fucked with, we would have won a Super Bowl. Okay? Dark Side Brothers, I remember that cat Cole Ford. Yeah, I remember him too. Ray, do you remember who Run Jones? Yeah, Run Jones, man. Rest in peace, man. Run Jones was I think he was like I don't want to call him a water boy, man, but he was something. He was like one of those guys that would run out in the middle of the game. Run Jones is definitely an all-time great Raider employee, man. I know he passed away a couple years ago, so yeah, man, I know who Run Jones is, man. I know Raider guy said, Shaq, you remember if you said if they couldn't get Brady, they'll try to get us back up. I was right about that too. Who did they get? Brian Hoyer and Jimmy Garoppolo. I said that. I said Hoyer is trash. I agree. Salute to Mark Van Egan, man, number 30, bro. Mark Van Egan. Okay, Mark Van Egan, Pete Banaszak, and Clarence Davis. That's a backfield right there. They tried to get Brady, then Rodgers, then Jimmy. Like I said, man. You remember Pryor's run against the Steelers? I believe it was 90 yards. It was 91. Yeah, I remember that game, dog. Because all my Steeler homies, man, I drug them, dog. I was a 91-yarder, man, by Terrell Pryor. Right in the Oakland Coliseum. Fucking just faked like he just ran up the gut and was gone, bruh. And we won that game. We won that game too, man. It was off the hook, bruh. It was off the hook. Carla, what's up, Carla? 3-14. At least we'll win a game. Anthony King said Brian Hoyer, quarterback one. Chopper Saquon said, you remember the Escape from New York, man? You're like that cool cat Duke from Hiding in the Shadows. Hey, dog. Yeah, man. Escape from New York, man, was off the chain. Big ups to the forgotten early Raiders like Max Montoya, Nolan Harris, and Rob Fredrickson. Hey, man, like there was a bunch of guys, man, that they were solid players. Chopper Saquon smoking that cigar and calling my shots then, dog. Yeah, that's right. Trevor Durant said, man, you like summer or winter? Summer, dog. It's sundresses and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shorts. Not on me. You already know what I'm talking about. Janikowski, Raiders would never give me the feeling I had as a fan in 2000s. We're the real Oakland Raiders. Off the hook, bro. Janikowski, Jim Brown, Gary Brown should have won the Super Bowl together in Oakland along with Woodson and Gannon. Hey, man, somebody threw 5 interceptions and 3 pick sixes, though. That's why we lost. Dark Side Raider, Al Davis ruled with iron fist. McDaniels couldn't handle Al Davis laying down the law. He couldn't deal. If he got butt hurt because Derek Carr called an audible, bro. Do you know that Al Davis would call the sidelines and tell people to throw a fucking bomb right then and they had to do it? Like, this guy is too soft in the draws, man, to be out under Al Davis. Trevor Brown said, yo, Josh McDaniels, Ziggy's time is up. You think of Marquez hiring Gruden again? I like that idea, bro. Not because Gruden is a fucking good coach, but just because it'd be good to see the NFL fucking have to eat their words, bro. You don't get to do all of that, man. We understand, man. I lost a lot of respect for Gruden. He did say some foul shit. He said, you know, some racial overtone shit. You know, he might have been joking. You know, it might have just been in jest or whatever. But, man, the guy didn't even work for the NFL when that shit happened, dog. How are you going to fucking punish me for some shit that I didn't even work for you motherfuckers, dog? Like, how? How do you do that, dog? How do you fucking say I'm firing you and now you're talking about, well, there's other shit that he did? Hey, man, let's pull it out. Well, nah, we need to go to arbitration, John, so we don't want our secrets out. Nah, fuck all of that, dog. Nah, it would be great to see John Gruden be the coach again, because how many people did it piss off? Then when John Gruden shows that he's lost his way, then we'd have to get rid of John Gruden and shit. But it'd be good just to put it in their face, man. Dark Side Red, I wish Jacoby Ford was returning punts for us. Shit. Oh my God, dog. Him, Rocket Ishmael. Shit, we had some motherfuckers, dog. Janikowski, don't be surprised. Dennis Allen fails with the Saints and gets canned and bring Gruden in. I wouldn't be surprised. Dennis Allen's not that good of a coach. We already know that. For the sake of Shaq, you need to put the testimonies in the director's ear when they make that Pac movie. You make the scene out of your story, bro. And man, I already had somebody that was making a Pac movie, man. My boy John Singleton. Rest in peace, man. A lot of people don't know, man. My real occupation is that I'm a musician, bro. And I worked for John Singleton back in the early 90s. I was on the Higher Learning soundtrack. The movie Higher Learning with Ice Cube and shit. I wrote on that soundtrack, bro. I got songs on that album. And I used to work for John. And before he died, I talked to him on the phone, and he went maybe like about a year before John died. I talked to him on the phone. Actually, about maybe 2 years before he died, and I called him, and he was working on the Tupac All Eyes on Me, because he was the original director of All Eyes on Me. But he got pulled off of that. He left for creative differences. So, in regards to having somebody talking to a director for the Pac movie, already had my boy was writing the script, and they didn't want a lot of the stuff in the script, so they canned him. So, I've never seen All Eyes on Me, bro. I've never seen that movie, even though I'm a huge Pac guy, and I've talked to Pac a couple of times. I've met Pac 3 times. I got Pac stories. I got stuff that people can validate. But the people who were the executive producers didn't want certain stories to be in it. They didn't want certain things to be in it, bro. So I'm like, man, I'm not trying to watch this shit. This is not even close to what John was writing. So I already knew somebody that was writing that script, but he got pulled off the movie, and he said he was going to do his own movie, and he passed away, man. I think about 3 or 4 years ago. So Carla said, "I like to owe you $150." That's right, Carla. Man, I hope you owe me $170, Carla. I hope it does happen. Dark Side Raider. Seen John Wick 4 yet? Yeah, Dark Side Raider. I went to the drive-ins to see that, bro. I went to the drive-ins to go see John Wick 4, and I got to see it again, dog. I ain't gonna tell you how, but I got to see it again. Okay? Love that shit, man. John Wick 4. I'll probably watch John Wick 4 after I watch this if I can stay awake. Okay, I'll probably fall asleep on this. Okay. Dark Side Raider, Alan John were alphas. A lot of pride was in that. Yeah, it's bad. Involved, yeah. You ever go to Santa Cruz? All the time. Grew up in Santa Cruz, man. I grew up over there, man. I used to have me a little shooby dooby over there in Santa Cruz, dog. I had a couple of girls over there, Santa Cruz, man. Up to one Davenport over there, man. Aptos, man. Shit, shit. Santa Cruz. Matter of fact, I just went to Santa Cruz. What? For the first time in a long time, probably the first time like 15 years. I went over there like 2 years ago. I took my wife. Was my son born? I think he was born. I took my wife over there because we were up there in the Bay, and I took my wife over there because I wanted her to see it because that movie Us that Jordan Peele, yeah, Jordan Peele, or what's his name, the guy that Peele and the comedian dude, he wrote that damn scary movie. I think it's Jordan Peele because I'm thinking of Jordan Poole, the basketball player. Filmed in Santa Cruz, so I took my wife over there. I said, this is where they filmed it at. So I took her to the boardwalk and shit. And I'm like, man, this boardwalk, man, it was so dirty. I remember growing up there, man, go to that beach, man, it was clean. And man, I went over there, man, they had all kinds of trash all over the beach, and it was embarrassing, man. I'm like, man, I thought it was gonna look like it looked when I was a kid, man. I'm like, they didn't even maintain the beach, man. It looked really fucked up over there, dog. 2 years ago. Rex Abenas, okay, man. Thank you, big dog. Santa Cruz off the chain. Michael Huff, man, I hated Michael Huff, dog. You know why I hated Michael Huff? Because he had number 24, bruh, and he didn't live up to Charles Woodson, bruh, and he would get hurt a lot, you know. Turbo Duran, Higher Learning soundtrack, yeah, I'm on it, dog. Said, yeah, I heard the Lakers extend Anthony Davis contract 5. That's a lot of money. You think it's a good idea? Who else you gonna get, bro? Like, who else you gonna get? Might as well. LeBron gonna be gone as soon as Bronny goes through this first year. LeBron gonna be with the Lakers like one more year, maybe two at the most. As soon as Bronny gets drafted after this 1 year at USC, he gonna go play with his son, man. So you might as well sign Anthony Davis. Keep at least one superstar. All right, you guys, man. Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. All right, Huff was the first Abrams. Yeah, I hated Michael Huff, dog. That motherfucker he's better than Abrams, though. All right, man. Love all y'all out there, man. It's good talking to y'all, man. I'm gonna go ahead and watch some John Wick 3 and shit. And we'll chop it up, man. See what's popping with you guys. Maybe I'll come on tomorrow, man. I'm trying to get everything ready, get ramped up for the football season, man. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, but at the end of the season, I want to be at 10,000, man. Tell a friend, man. Let's make it happen. I'm at the Checker Filter.